I just got a notification about it.
Oh wow, that's pretty big. Oh, that's pretty big.
Well, if we're live, I better tune in. I gotta host this thing.
You're late. You're very late to a very important thing.
I don't have to host it, apparently. I have a co-host, but welcome to the Level Up Show podcast. I am your current host, Ralph. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. Joining me is a man who is a new cat dad. That is Derek. Hello, Derek.
I am the daddest of cats, or the cattest of dads,
Either
whatever you prefer to call.
Welcome to the club.
Hey, thanks. This is the first cat we've had since we lived. Man, I don't think you saw the cat that we had when we lived on University. His name is Littlefoot.
Okay, was he a dinosaur?
No, but when he had a long something, I suppose, but I didn't pay much attention to that.
Not a long life.
No,
Yeah.
well, he did have a long life. We just had to rehome him. Him and Brody were best friends. Like they'd run and play together, and Brody would literally pick him up by his scruff and like shake him around, and they were like really close friends. And Brody was pretty heartbroken when we had to get rid of him.
By rehome, do you mean you threw him outside?
He's on a farm somewhere.
By rehome, I mean we left him in the home.
So he lives there now.
Waited for the new owners to show up. No, we rehomed him to a friend of ours down here in Newton back 10 years ago now. I don't know if he's still kicking or not. But yeah. Thanos is the cat's name. He was rescued by the Animal Rescue League here in town, brought to the Coconut Wife's work, where they had to amputate his leg as it was pretty gnarly looking. And he was only like a couple pounds. He's still not very big, not even more than 4 pounds, but 7 months old. Good little cat. He's been good for the fam. I just worry about cat pee because I'm not a big fan of that. But man has been on top of taking care of the litter and all that business, and he's pretty cute. I'll show a picture here real quick. I was trying to leave this morning to go to work, and it was quite early. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning, and he was hollering and meowing and following me everywhere. And this was him literally at the front of my door, just not wanting me to leave. Like he's like, please don't go. I want you to stay. So I'd like really hurry out the door to make sure that he didn't come outside. So
he hates women, is what you're saying.
He might. I'm not sure. No, he cuddled with all of the other. I mean, how could you live in this house and not like women? It's literally just me in this house with any kind of balls. That's the only thing he got. Brody lost his many moons ago, so not the place to be if you want to be around dudes, because it's just me. So, but yeah, cat dad, the dad cat life.
Deadliest cat.
Almost, except for we didn't catch him.
Oh man, yeah.
I heard another cat.
Mega song here with 3 L's. Fixed.
That voice right there was Ryan. Hello, Ryan.
Hello.
Going over the top 100 greatest games of all time, great list.
Yeah.
Follow out.
Follow
You
out.
don't have
Follow out.
Well,
that's how I like to pronounce it. Follow out.
Okay, it's timely. We are in the holiday season.
Yeah.
Easter's right around the corner.
I was gonna say put some Dropkick Murphy sound behind that, and you'll have yourself a tune.
I don't want to do that. What's everyone been doing besides owning cats? Nothing.
I've never owned a cat.
Ryan has not been sleeping. That's been happening.
How could you?
Well, I mean, I slept some, but not as much as I should.
He has slept the most minimal amount of the body's allowance.
That's what that Revenant Kingdom does to a man.
Yeah, that's true.
The Elton John balloon or this airship must be driven.
Oh yeah, God, man. I don't know what they were thinking when they made that.
So I mean, that was when I saw it. I'm like, oh, this is absolutely Elton John. Like this looks.
Yeah. I don't know if they meant for it to look like Elton John.
I mean, it sure did. I was all about that.
You make an airship, the first thing you do is you put your face on it, right?
Well, If I were to make said airship, absolutely, that's what I would be doing.
Aerodynamic and everything.
Yes.
They took it off. They told the guy that they didn't want his face on it, so he took it off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
the hell
amazing.
is this game?
That's amazing.
We got any news, or you just want to keep going?
No, yeah. I mean, I got a little bit of news. So let me just pull it up here while we're kind of talking. We were ramping fair enough before we got to that. So let me pull up the wide world of news from the last few days here as I continue to ramp because it's not loading properly.
Hey, it's cool.
Apparently,
Nintendo's E3 website is open, whatever that means.
What?
I don't know. I don't think it says anything.
Oh, well, it probably just says Nintendo E3 like merged together somehow.
Be like, we won't be there.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Be sure to tune in for our 35-minute direct as we're not at E3. All right, here we go. March 23rd. This is timely. We're back pretty close, less than a week at least, right? EA, there is a job listing for a Star Wars open world game, which, I mean, make of that which will. I mean, the Amy Hennig game wasn't an open world game, right?
Game to be canceled in 4 years.
Yeah. No, I don't think it was open. I don't think it was open world.
Yeah.
I think hers was like a linear, like Uncharted style thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'd be down. I mean, Star Wars has a lot to pull from, right? So I'm in for whatever they want to try to do. So an open world Star Wars game, especially if you do if you try to do a little bit of Mass Effect, but with an open world, like that sounds okay.
Well, I guess I don't know all the business stuff behind it, but it seems insane to cancel a Star Wars game because even if it's garbage, people are going to buy it.
Well,
because it's Star Wars.
And I mean, at this point, at this day and age, and we just had a discussion about this just the other day. As a lot, I mean, I can't say a lot of people, but story-driven games are still fairly key in the market. Like there are not a ton of them, so when those get released, they usually get some high publicity, especially if they're well made.
I mean, if you like Star Wars, you like
anything,
the story,
right? So you're gonna like it regardless. So I'm not really sure. I kind of hope to see something of that game at some point or what it was. But I'm in for whatever. They're looking to hire a lead engineer, is what got posted. So obviously that's probably not something that we'll see right away. But another Star Wars game, an open world Star Wars game, is in the works over at EA.
It's going to be really disappointing if they tease us again with another potentially cool single player or like story-driven Star Wars game that just gets scrapped. Do
you think they scrapped 2 Star Wars games though?
This will be the third.
Oh yeah, I guess
that 13 one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know that
the third that we know of. They could have scrapped other ones, but
I don't know that you can do that again.
They will.
Oh boy, I hope not, but God knows. You just don't know.
So you don't know anything about developer.
It was just EA posting looking for a lead designer. It didn't say just
like a studio or nothing.
Online engineer in Burnberry at EA's Vancouver studio.
Oh, okay.
So it just says lead a team to deliver online features for a Star Wars open world project. Doesn't share anything else. Experience implementing online features such as matchmaking, asynchronous interactions, live services, server host migration,
microtransactions, loot boxes. That says all these things, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. All of the money is what they're going to want for it. So
they should just put like an option in the game where you can just donate money to them. Just click this button and you give them $5.
I'm pretty sure at this point that's all they need is just more money.
Yeah, you just click this button, you give them money.
What they need to do is just churn out Titanfall 3. That'll make you enough money to make a shitty Star Wars game or whatever you want to make out of it.
Depends when they release it.
That's true. But either way, like if you, like Ryan said, if you release a Star Wars game, it's gonna sell.
Yeah, because I don't think Battlefront sold that bad for how negative the publicity was.
Yeah, no, it definitely didn't sell super bad.
And I think those Star Wars Force Unleashed games actually sold okay too.
Yeah, I would be down for another Force Unleashed, but I'm not going to hold my breath.
Yeah, who made those? That wasn't EA, was it?
Yeah, don't remember who it was, to be honest with you. Ralph, that's usually your area. Do you remember who made him?
No,
What,
I only
what
played a
about
demo.
that Connect game with the lightsaber on? What happened there? Did that ever come out?
I don't know that it did. LucasArts developed it for the PS3 and 360. Chrome Studios did the Wii, the PS2, and the PSP version, and the DS ones and all that shit. THQ Wireless published it for the phones, and then Star Wars Force Unleashed 2. LucasArts was still in charge. So,
Oh, okay, so that's before Disney.
yeah, bought it out.
Okay.
So, there's that. PUBG is now out for mobile after the Fortnite Battle Royale got released for mobile. It looks like PUBG coming in hot to try to stay with the market. I have not played it. I've only played Battle Royale on my phone like once or twice. It's not the best way to play that game, obviously.
Yeah.
But I've heard people have said the way that this looks on the phone is phenomenal. The fact that they're able to render this really nice, like it looks really pretty from the screenshots I've seen, but I've yet to play it.
So they tone down some of the environments, so there's not as much going on.
Sure.
Like I have a friend at work who has it on his phone, and I showed him because there's like footage of what it looks like on Xbox One, and the like textures, like ground textures and all that stuff in that intro area look horrible on Xbox One, and they actually look pretty good on the phone.
That's just crazy to me.
I'm not sure what all they did to it or how well it actually runs, but yeah, some guy I know at work was playing it. He seemed to like it.
Apparently, it's destroying the Wi-Fi at schools across America.
I mean, if anything's going to lead to where we have to pay for data caps, it's going to be shit like this.
Yeah.
People just rolling into a fucking Starbucks and hanging out there for 4 hours to play PUBG on their phones.
Yeah, I think mine's throttles it at a certain point. I think if I go over like 6 or 8 gigs, like my max out I can pay is $60 for data, but when I go beyond 6 gigs, I think they throttle it.
I think mine's 10.
Mine's 22 because I didn't have internet. I need to, but now I have internet. I need to tone that down.
Yeah, I rarely ever go over 1 though, but
I was using a lot without internet. I know that. Like 15, 20 a month. Yeah. PUBG on the phone.
PUBG, yep.
I don't want to play it on a phone. I don't want to play it.
I think Fortnite right now you can only play it on
iOS.
Yeah, it's not on Android shit.
iOS and Android for PUBG. So you have a benefit there for the Android users. Also last week, no surprise here, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 remaster is supposedly in the works, but it will not have multiplayer, according to a report. Which, I mean, is a little surprising, but I guess I don't remember much of Modern Warfare 2 because I only played the original before I decided to stop playing Call of Duty games.
I remember the gunfight in the hamburger shop, like the Burger King place. Okay. There's a gunfight in the Burger King style place.
I remember that. So, I mean, I don't know. Is it a big deal? Do you think they'll do this as standalone and cost, do like $20 for it? Because I mean,
probably should have put the multiplayer in there. But
I think if you charge it cheap, if you go cheaper with it, it's fine.
Because 2 was when it 4 definitely started something, but 2 is where it blew up. 2 was the hot one. 2 was
the
hot release.
Do you think with Modern Warfare Remastered, when it came out and had multiplayer the same time World War II came out and had multiplayer, do you think it was like they were like
stealing
cannibalizing?
Players? Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So maybe they're trying, because Black Ops 4, that's what's coming out this year, right?
But here's
trying to stay away from that.
And that's a great point. I didn't really think about that. But here's my thing: is those people that like those original Modern Warfare maps are still gonna play Modern Warfare. Like Modern Warfare 2, if you want to play the story, great. But how many Call of Duty players do you truly know that want to play a Call of Duty game just in a story mode, aside from me?
I think there's a large portion of people that never play the story mode.
That's what I'm saying. So putting this game out as a standalone without the multiplayer seems like a disservice to yourself. You also don't want to go into it and where you're like, okay, well, this year it's going to be a remaster year, and then next year's a new game. I think that ship sailed. Like, if you were going to do that, you should have done that last year. But releasing it as just the story campaign, is maybe the worst decision.
Well, don't people look? I guess we may not know this, but if people were to look back fondly on one Call of Duty campaign, isn't Modern Warfare 2 like towards the top because it's got that
Yeah.
So.
crazy
Well, what if it came with night vision goggles?
Okay.
For $20?
digital ones
Yeah.
that you had to get out of a loot box?
Hold on.
I think.
Can they attach to my CPAP machine?
I mean, you can
So I
put
can see
them
it.
on or near them. Yeah.
They will, but it'll take away more oxygen. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
So I'm down to 75%.
but you can see in the dark,
Well, that
Yeah.
sounds okay.
and your
So I'm gonna-
penis is huge.
Well, I don't need the goggles for that.
But you need to see in the dark,
Yeah.
just in case.
I need to see the shadow that it casts in the dark. Make sure it's
Yeah.
real. Oh fuck. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm down to play a Modern Warfare campaign. Like, I'm cool with that. But what do you think the dollar amount has to be for this to be successful? I truly think $20 is at
I have
most
no
is what
idea.
you can charge
I mean,
for it.
I think Modern Warfare 1, like it finally got a physical release.
For
remastered.
$40 though.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, who knows if this would actually go physical? But yeah, I'd say 20.
Oh, so there's a physical Modern Warfare now?
Yeah,
Did they drop the 4 from the title completely?
I don't
I
know.
think they did.
Okay.
I think they did. I could be
I
wrong.
might try to get that if it ever gets down to like $15.
I still have my advanced. Was it Advanced Warfare that came with?
Infinity or Infinite?
Yeah.
Infinite
Warfare?
Warfare.
The one in
saw my-
space or whatever.
Yeah, I saw my
Okay.
Infinite Warfare copy. Even though all I ever wanted, like, I played Infinite Warfare and it was fine, but I much preferred playing Modern Warfare over again, and that was way more fun.
Why don't they just resell all these classic maps every year so you just play the classic maps online? And
I mean, I think that's probably. I mean, you should probably just go work at Activision because I think that's probably what they're going to go do is
They used
take
to.
the multiplayer out of these remasters and just pipe in the maps, and then people will be happy because you can play updated graphics, but with the new.
Like Gears of War and Call of Duty would take some of the best maps from the previous game and they would put them in the newer game.
Wow.
So they have done that in the past, but they probably don't have the Modern Warfare maps in any of the newer Call of Duty games. It was more when they would like release Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, they might throw like a throwback map in there.
I mean,
Right.
like, I would play Black Ops 4 multiplayer if I could only play in. There's
Modern
this
Warfare
map-
2 maps.
No, I only really
Yeah.
played Black Ops 1. Like, out of all the Call of Duties, there's some map in Black Ops 1 where it's just real tiny, and there's a bunch, or there's just, it's just like houses. I don't remember what it's called, but it was always insane. And that was the only map.
Black Ops, the one that had all the Russian stuff in it, or
Give me the numbers, Mason.
oh yeah, that's the only one I've played.
Or
I
whatever.
haven't played any of the other ones.
But I mean, I'd play that map again, but otherwise, I don't give a fuck.
What if they release it on Wii U?
Okay.
You'd have to get it.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2 remastered. on Wii U.
Demastered. Yeah.
Actually, they could put it on Switch. You think they'd put it on Switch?
I feel like they. I mean, yeah, they could do a
For $20
remastered one.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't know that that's the right place for it, but it'd be cool to see what it could do.
I feel like they're probably gonna put Call of Duty on Switch at some point, but I don't know if it's gonna
Well,
be
if it's just a
different
single player campaign for Modern Warfare 2, then why not put it on Switch?
Yeah, might as well. Who knows? There's money to be had there
Yeah,
for Switch people.
you could have Mario in it. He could replace one of the guys.
Mason.
I mean, he's already got a mustache, so he already fits in. So
That's true.
yeah.
Mario fits everywhere. You have Far Cry 5 that got released today, which we'll talk about here in just a little bit. But there is a secret ending, just like there was in Far Cry 4, which is kind of telegraphed, I guess, because
yeah,
it's
more so than the other one. Yeah,
yeah, it's super telegraphed, more so
Yeah.
than the other one. So it doesn't.
Yeah.
It kind of seems cheap to do it back-to-back games, I guess. but it's there if you want to
it's
do
throwaway.
it. Yeah,
I did it. Did you already do it?
No, I
No.
didn't. I didn't want to.
No.
I was like, I'll go back because I'll blow through the game. I rented it for 5 days, so I'll blow through it and
Yeah.
just do it at the very end. But I was like, I don't want to start my game with doing the secret ending. I'll just play it through.
No, it's quick, and then you can hit continue, and you pick up right before he enters the church.
Yeah,
I like that idea though. I like a little
yeah.
dumb thing.
I don't dislike it, but I think you don't do it in back-to-back games because you get diminishing returns.
Do it in every
Or-
game. Who gives a
Yeah, or you do it like near, and you have a shitload of them. where-
Yeah, every ending ever. Tell me the alphabetic game. Tell me the alphabetic game. Let's see. There's an article up talking about as God of War inches closer to being released. They talk a lot about, this game is going to draw a lot of comparisons to Last of Us, as you are a main protagonist with a sidekick that is going to follow you around the whole game. And obviously there's a lot of, is it going to be annoying? Is it going to be helpful? Is it going to be like Ellie from The Last of Us? Because she was quite useful in that game. So there's an article up on GameSpot.
I think she was indestructible too, right?
Yeah, she was, and I think that might be the case with the little boy in God of War. So there's an article up on GameSpot if you want to check that out.
What if he was crying the whole time?
Hold on, is it like the baby? Is it the Mario baby cry? Because if so, then I'm probably out.
I mean, he's a young child. It could be.
Oh boy. If it's just like a man cry, I'm good. But if it's like it's Mario baby cry,
he might try to man cry, but his voice might crack a few times. But
well, if he does that, then wait, is there a Kraken in Norse mythology? I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
Who
got a
knows?
giant crack in the middle of his stomach.
That's very true. Yeah, that's.
He may have put that there himself. I don't know. Spoilers.
Spoilers for a 10-year-old game or whatever.
What, 10? It's
7.
getting close.
2011 was it 2010 or 2011?
I think it was 2010. I think
so too.
Yeah.
I gotta pull it up now just to make sure. Yeah, March 16th, 3/16 it was
Yeah.
released on. Crack a
Yeah.
beer, bust some glass. So yeah, we're coming up on 10 years. That's crazy. Yeah, he absolutely did that himself, and then somehow pulled himself away and is alive. Do you think?
Tina's losing her mind.
Let's go here really quick. Do you think that we get some kind of explanation as to what's going on there, or is it just?
I don't know. I almost don't care if they do or not.
And I don't necessarily care either. I'm just curious to see what you think.
They might try to, because they have to. That's what confused me about the whole thing about the name and what they're doing, because he's old, he's older.
It's
he has a
clearly
kid.
it's a continuation from the original series.
Yeah, but they're trying to distance it from that. So I don't know. They could just not talk about it.
Yeah.
But
I think they're gonna.
he's got the giant scar in his stomach. So
I would be surprised. I watched a very small little video clip of the combat, because the combat looks really interesting to me. And obviously you have a shield, and then that axe is what I saw, and then obviously just melee. But I'm like, okay, are you going to see any of the weapons? The lion's heads? Are you going to see the blades of chaos, which obviously are the primary weapon? Are you going to see any of that?
I don't know if I doubt it, because I think those are all Greek, supposed to be Greek style stuff, and they're going to go. But I feel like they sort of have to explain why he's alive, because he dead. Oh, and who do you think's the mom?
Yeah, I don't. Somebody that must have rescued him. Does he just? Does he throw himself off into the river and he somehow gets washed up into Norse mythology and someone just takes care of him?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Athena, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was Athena?
No, Athena was evil at the
daughter?
end. Athena was
That means she'd be banging his sister.
Yeah. So the whole point of that was Athena was a fucking absolute bitch at the end of that game. And he's like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
I don't want to ruin this for you, but Kratos was also a bad guy the entire time.
Come on. That's the part of
there was no good person in any maybe his daughter and his wife, but other than that, everybody was bad. Even Gaia was bad.
Yeah, everyone was. That whole game is very individualistic. It is absolutely everyone is out for themselves. But that's kind of the point was Kratos is only in this to get revenge because one motherfucker made him kill his daughter and his wife. So the whole time, like, how do you just not rage fuck everybody in your fucking sights? Like, that's just the way that's gonna go. So
yeah, I forgot that. So, like, I always wondered how he actually ended up killing his daughter and his wife, and it wasn't his village. It was some other village. Somehow, Ares got his daughter and his wife to some other village and slaughtered him there. I can't remember. It's just
because that's why he didn't know what. I mean, he didn't know what was going on in the house. He didn't realize it until after he was just like, "Fuck you, shit!"
Yeah,
like, God damn,
swinging his blades and murdering.
I still think the end of 3, where you're running through, where it's pitch black and you're all white.
Yeah,
that's fucking an awesome aesthetic. Like, that was maybe one of the coolest parts in that series. Like, it was really well done. Old Stig bringing the heat on that one. He did a good job.
They start the game off with him just poking Poseidon's eyes out.
Yeah, I mean
we'll get rip Stelios' head off later.
God of War 2 is just maybe the perfect setup for 3. Like, 2 is just so good. 2 is just real good.
Yeah,
real good. Salute to the PlayStation 2. All right, that's all I got for news. What else you
got? Nothing. That's it. End of the show.
All right, episode 150. You didn't even say this. It's 100 episode. Ralph, it's episode 150.
How would I know? I thought it was 140. Not really.
He uses a different calendar.
Yeah, he's on the Mayan calendar. The world ended 3 years ago.
Sesquicentennial. That's 150 years, but that's how long it feels like.
It does feel like
it's been going.
Resident Evil 7 just got an Xbox One X patch. I might have to buy this game again.
Hell yeah, dude. I guess we can just go ahead and talk about what we've been playing, because there's not a whole lot to talk about.
It's kind of nice having a quick week because you don't really have a whole lot that happens.
That's true.
Yeah, I only got 2 things, and one I barely played.
I also have 2 things, and one of which both of them I barely played, but one of which I really barely played.
Well, you can both talk about Far Cry 5 because you've both played it, and mine's still coming in the mail.
Derek is probably further than I am.
I don't know. You got to remember, I've got a kid or 3 to take care of while I try to play these games, so it's a little harder for me.
Did you get to the chopper?
Yeah, I got to the chopper. I did successfully make it to the chopper.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of force you to.
Yeah, there's not really a way to get around that. I tried. Like, I was like, nope, go to the left, and it wouldn't.
I can't even remember if anybody yelled "get to the chopper," but
that would have been pretty perfect.
Yeah.
Have you? I don't want to spoil that joke. There. All right, so let me rewind. We talked about it last week with Far Cry 5. I don't want to say that this game is going to be bad. And Ryan and I had a pretty long discussion about it earlier in the week. I don't think the game's going to be not fun. What I want out of this game, and I understand it's not normal for a Far Cry game to deliver this, but the way this game got originally brought up and set up to me looked like it was going to be much more story-driven and kind of make a statement and maybe change the game a little bit for Far Cry games. And everything that has come out with the reviews and Ralph will get to that when we do Surmise the Score, I assume. It doesn't seem like they did that. The game looks phenomenal. Like, I will tell you, this game looks fucking gorgeous. And the facial stuff is fantastic, and everything there looks good. The gameplay seems fine. There's a couple things I'm kind of itching about yet, but the story, everything that I read about, is just very flat. And as Ryan pointed out, that's what you should expect going into a Far Cry game. But I went in with higher expectations based on what they showed the very first time when they announced Far Cry 5.
Yeah, but I feel like if you did that for Far Cry 4 and 3, they did the same thing. Because they got you with Vaz in 3, and he's barely in the game, and he has a really unsatisfying death. And you look at the Metacritic for that game, and it's like 90-something.
I didn't play 3. I played 4, and I really thought Pagan Min was awesome. I thought he was a really good villain. Like, when he was on screen, he was very commanding. Like, he was very good. And
it's so rare for him to he's barely there for most of the game. Most of the time you hear him, he's like talking to you through the radio.
Yeah, but I thought that was enough for me. Like, there was enough going on that I enjoyed that. Yeah. Where, Far Cry 5, the setup is you are a rookie cop or a sheriff, whatever, going in to arrest this cult leader, basically, who has been doing some not so great things, obviously, starting a cult in Montana. And surprise, things go poorly. And then you're on a quest to, take this guy down. Like, that's the premise. But I just thought that because of what the social settings seemed to be, and the fact, they went to Montana, they scoped everything out, they tried to make it very, very real. I just put a lot on that plate.
Yeah.
But the game itself seems fine. Like, I don't have a problem with it. It is Far Cry. Hey, run over there and clear that out. All right, cool. Here's some experience points. All right, now run over here and clear that out. All right, cool. Hey, now climb up this tower. All right, cool. Like, it's Far Cry. Like, it's fine. Like, I'm not angry about it.
There's no way they send in a U.S. Marshal and one other person,
not a chance,
to a compound like that.
Well, not only that, but that shows okay, there's probably 50 to 60 people in that compound, and then on your chase out of there, there's a billion people. I'm like, come on. This is a little over the top.
They would have, if they were going to arrest somebody that they knew was armed to the teeth, I feel like they would bring a little more than that,
and
more than one U.S. Marshal.
Whoever compare, what's weird is how far are you without spoiling?
I met up with the U.S. Marshal after the shit hit the fan.
At the trailer.
Yeah, now I'm with some guy. Yeah, I'm basically there was a crash on a bridge, and I'm recovering after the crash on the bridge.
So when you listen to that guy talk, he sounds real Canadian when he talks, which is really weird.
Yeah, I mean it's Montreal.
Montreal.
That's what they make in Montreal.
The way it goes.
I'm sure they got a local dude for that guy.
Yeah, it was real weird because he just sounds a little funky. But there's
sound worse than the Heavy Rain cast with all the French people trying to sound like they're from New York or something.
Not I don't know that anything will get worse than that. But there's a pretty good joke early on when you finally complete that first little area. But I mean, I'll tell you this. So here's a really cool part. The map in that game is fucking awesome. The detail of it, I guess maybe this is.
I haven't looked at it yet.
I don't know.
The overhead map.
It is almost a 3D map. You can tilt it, you can zoom in and tilt it down, and it's you can go through the hills.
Does it look as good as the? Well, so there's there's two that I think are really good: Skyrim, and then the one that was in.
Never played Skyrim. I never played Assassin's Creed.
Wait, you never played Skyrim? Are you serious? You never played Skyrim?
No. But he's owned it a couple times.
Oh man,
I've gotten it twice, and they both remain sealed in my fucking game collection. I'm a terrible.
Why is the name blanking me for this game right now?
But either way, it's a 3D map, where you.
It's gonna make fun of me once I realize which game it is.
It's very flat, but when you zoom in, it takes you through the peaks and valleys of this map, and it looks fucking cool. It has automatic driving, which is always a big plus for me. I think that is a very cool.
Horizon Zero Dawn. That was the other one.
Oh
I almost said that, but
yeah. I don't know why. I knew it started with an H, but I was like,
I think
nothing made sense in my mind, and I saw home front.
It might. I don't think it's as colorful and detailed as Horizon, but I think the map itself looks niftier. So if you added some color to it, I would say it's better than Horizon, but maybe not. But you look at what was I talking about, the map and being able to cruise through that. Oh, the auto driving. So being able to auto drive is pretty cool, except for I felt like when you did it in The Witcher, it took you the best possible path. Where here it's just hey, we're gonna drive through over here, and it just literally wrecked me into another car. I'm just what the fuck's going on, man? Yeah. And so I had get out and kill these two dudes and take their truck. So I had to ditch my 4-wheeler. I'm like, this is awful. So
I think they had auto drive in 4, but I can't remember. But I don't remember using it much. I think
what's weird is while
you're driving, I think, right?
Even on auto, because leaning out of your car and trying to shoot is awful. That just doesn't feel good. It does not feel proper at all. But as you're driving, it just does a 1 speed limit. So I'm like, you also don't go the top speed you can when you're on auto drive. So I just hit the R2 button to accelerate.
Officer of the law.
So I'm just I just hit accelerate, and at one point again, this car pulls out in front of me, so I fucking go down into this ditch. I'm like, this auto drive is awful. Why am I using this? This is terrible.
Yeah, so, I don't remember using it much. In Far Cry 4, I could have sworn it was in there, but maybe it wasn't. But
that doesn't feel great. And then, and I'm sorry getting a little technical here. So Ralph, this isn't a spoiler, but the same button you use to pick up and swap out weapons is the same button you use to loot the people you kill, and that sucks. That should not. And I haven't dicked with the button configuration, so I might be able to change it. But the initial setup, it is square for both. So if you have a crossbow,
but I think you have to hold down square to change your weapon, and you just tap it to pick stuff up, right?
Nope, it's tap and tap.
I thought I had to hold it down to switch my bat with a like a pipe or something.
Or maybe it's hold down and hold down, because when you have to loot, I'm pretty sure you have to hold down square also. So maybe
it's probably both to hold down.
But either way, having it be square, okay. So if I kill somebody with a bow, right, and they have a submachine gun, well, I don't really want the submachine gun, but I want to loot them. You have to be in the right angle to hold square to just loot them. Like, I don't give a fuck about the weapon. I just want their shit. So that is just a very small critique of, and again, it might be able to be fixed, but that's stupid.
Well, I feel like you should be able to pick up the weapon on your own. But
yeah, but I also should have to. I'm surprised that I can't. And this is a Far Cry thing.
I feel like you shouldn't have to loot them. I feel like you should just auto loot that stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I should have to. I should be able to walk over the body and just pick up what they have. Like, I can walk over and pick up my arrow. If I shot them with an arrow, I can walk over and pick up my arrow.
Or you're not gonna want to loot them.
Yeah,
like you're almost always gonna want to loot them.
Yeah, I don't understand. So that's just a very small critique, but it's annoying that I have to hold square to loot somebody, but it's also the same thing as picking up a weapon. So that if I accidentally pick up a machine gun, I got to swap that back out because I don't want it. I want the fucking bow.
I feel like that was in Far Cry 4 and Primal 2.
It might have been, and I played both those, but I have the worst fucking gaming memory of all time.
But yeah, I don't know why they do stuff like that. What annoys me too is like when you'll have they'll have text, and to skip the text is the same as to like skip the skip the text is the same as like to make a choice. Yeah. So it'd be like mashing on X to skip all the text, and then the choice will come up, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
So.
just little, like, I mean, just things that I would think in 2018 I wouldn't have to deal with, like either let me walk over a body to loot it, or make me press triangle to loot and square to swap my weapons. Like, fine. I also don't understand why I can't carry more than 2 weapons. Like, it just seems kind of weird. Yeah, once you can unlock it, but it's just like, okay, I've got a pistol, but I can't swap the pistol. The pistol's mine. I can only swap my crossbow or the machine guns. And I'm like, I want the bow. Yeah, I'm trying to be Lara Croft up in this bitch. Oh, by the way, that game.
Did you pick a woman? You could have picked a woman.
We didn't talk about that. No, I didn't pick a woman. Come on. I'm not.
But do you want to be Lara Croft?
No, only because of the tits. We didn't talk about that. The new Lara Croft game got leaked, and that's coming out in September.
Yep, Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
I'm super into that.
That's when Jim's going to start reviewing games again. He's got to wait a year.
I'm all about more Tomb Raider. That game, those games are great. So I'm into that. But Far Cry, I mean, I have not changed my opinion on it yet. It has not done anything to make me go, wow, except for I really enjoy the map, and the game does look phenomenal. But that's what I've got.
Yeah. I mean, the only real problem I had with that one guy's review is that, like, I think he spent like a good like 3/4, 2/3 of it on the story, and he barely talked about the gameplay at all.
Yeah.
And then I read a Destructoid one, and like the Destructoid review was also like it was a 7.5 out of 10. But the last paragraph talks about how it's probably the best Far Cry game ever made, but then docks it so much because they didn't like the story.
I'm telling you, it's such a weird world right now because like story games, I guess. I don't think we're super popular for a little while. It just seemed like it was very much, multiplayer shooters, things like that. And story games have always been around, but I think ever since The Last of Us come around, like that has really changed the landscape of single player storytelling and those kind of games. So I think people expect you to be able to evolve and change and at least try to do something like that. And it seemed like they wanted to do it, and then nothing.
Well, I don't know. So like games are very weird because they're not like a movie, they're not like a book where the most thing you're getting out of those is the story.
Right. I mean, it's literally what you're there for.
Yeah, where games, it's you can have all types of different games that do different things. Some games have like no story. Like you look at Mario Odyssey, that's like that game might as well not have a story, and has a very weird one at that. Especially the ending. That ending is really weird. Because they're just like, oh, Bowser, you tried to kidnap Peach and force her to marry you and potentially rape her for years on it. You knucklehead.
You big dumb bastard.
But that game's tons of fun to play. So nobody really cares about the story.
Right.
But
I think I guess maybe there's a difference. Like I don't Mario Odyssey didn't go, hey, we're gonna change everything. Everything looks like it's different. We could be making a statement here. Like they didn't tease, and it's a tease, sure, but they didn't tease.
Tease that.
They didn't tease like they were gonna do something big and then not follow through with it. Mario's like, we are here to have a good fucking time. We're here to collect some moons and fuck around and get weird. And they sure as shit nailed all of those points.
Yeah, I guess. But like, this is the 5th Far Cry game, and 2 through 5 have been very similar. Like, there was a big stride between 2 and 3, but from 3 to now.
And I think that's part of it, right?
Know what you're getting.
Is I think people expect some evolution, and they're not getting as much as they want.
Yeah, I guess.
Well,
but
is this the first one based in America?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's also part of it too, is because there's some other review I was reading where the guy basically called the series like an action tourism series, which it pretty much is.
Yeah.
But when you put it in America, it's even more insane for people who play it in America to deal with that, because like to think of something like that happening in Montana is absurd. But think of it happening in some fake Himalayan country or something like that. Yeah. None of us know what goes on there. We don't know if any of it's accurate. We don't know if any of it could happen. It probably can't. It's probably just as ridiculous. But
in one of those reviews, they talked about how, unfortunately, it might have been Jess' review that I read yesterday. Yeah. He talks about how the game it just falls on its own it follows its own stereotypes. So it's set in Montana, sure, but not everybody has to be some hick or some evangelist or some crazy fucking twacked out. Like it's a bunch of weird white people. Like that's the way it makes it out to be. Like it doesn't have to be that. It could be set in America and still be fictional, where it seems as though they just took the stereotypes of what a country dude from fucking Montana might be and added a little craziness to it. But it doesn't. But why? Like, why does it have to do that?
I feel like if they put I feel like if you took people and talked to them about the Far Cry games that were set in those other places, they might say the same thing. But all we know of those is stereotypes. So none of us are like, oh, that looks weird. Like, why not choose that?
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's just weird. But I mean, I can't say that I'm not enjoying myself with Far Cry, but it does just feel like it's just another one of those. There isn't anything big and monumentally changing. Like I did want that. I wanted something new, and I didn't get it so far.
Yeah,
I'm probably 2.5 hours in.
I doubt you're gonna get anything.
And I don't expect to. I do think it's weird. Like the first place that guy recommends you to go is like 3,000 meters away. So like that's why I was on that auto drive for so goddamn long. He's like, I'd start over there. He's like, I'd start over there if I were you. And so I'm driving. It's just like the longest drive of all time. I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah, you haven't unlocked fast travel yet.
Just within that one little island that I had.
Yeah.
So. You want me to talk about? I mean, Fortnite's Fortnite. I'll just talk about that real quick because whatever. Like,
you won though.
Get that chicken dinner.
Yeah. I got my. Did I have my first solo last time we talked or no?
Are you making $500,000 a month streaming Fortnite now?
Fucking, I wouldn't be talking to you assholes if I was. No, I fucking wish. I got a solo win. I don't remember if that happened last time or before last time we talked.
I think it was after.
And then I got 2 duos wins with my boy Chris Dugan. Him and I have been playing almost every night lately. Last night we got smoked quite a bit. I had a couple good matches, but we probably played 15 or 20 matches, and we finished, I think, second and third were the highest we finished. So, but yeah, that game, it's not an addiction so much as I liken it to the Coconut Wife, as it's like a roguelike. Like, oh man, you died, but you can go back in and you try again, because it just gives you that feeling of, it's what I felt like when I played Rogue Legacy. Like truly it is. When I die, I can use my coins, grab somebody else, go back in there, try again. And if I die, okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try again. it's that desire of wanting to continuously fist your hand and continuously just try.
Have you played with a famous NBA player yet?
No, I called Detlef Schrempf, and he did not return.
I don't know if he'd be playing it, but
I mean, I tried.
Apparently, there are quite a few NBA players that are hooked on it.
I think. I mean, shit. They had that guy from the Steelers playing it that night with Drake.
I don't know who that'd be.
The young guy, the young kid.
Is that a wide receiver?
Yeah, wide
TJ Watt?
receiver. No. No.
Roethlisberger? Yeah.
Wide receiver. I don't know why I can't think of his name.
I can't remember his name either, but I think I know what you're talking about.
He was a rookie last year, I think.
Yeah,
Smith-Schuster?
Yeah, Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah. So he was playing. So, yeah, a lot of NFL players like it too. I mean, Juju said getting a fucking first place finish in Fortnite was better than getting a touchdown in the NFL. So take that for what it means. But man, Fortnite it does give you that same desire of like, you just want, I know I can do better, so I'm going back in. Like that's what it is.
Okay.
It's like having kids. You just keep going back in until you turn out the best.
Oh man! Don't tell the older ones that, man.
Yeah, that's smart. Smart business decision.
Yeah. I mean, what do you do with the other ones if they don't meet your standards? Give them up for adoption.
If we're in China, I'd just throw them away, but we're not. So I gotta keep them, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, you haven't had a boy yet, so does that mean you have to keep trying?
I might have a boy. It's just within a girl's clothing currently.
Yeah. I suppose that can happen. Yeah.
Whatever. Just
yeah. Okay.
That's all I have played this last week.
Okay. I'll just say that I finished the Kirby Star Allies.
Did you ally with all of the stars?
I did. The final boss in that game's kind of awesome. I wasn't expecting that.
What is it? Is King DDD?
King DDD is like the boss, and I know he's in Kirby's Dream Land. He's the final boss, which is the Game Boy original.
Yeah.
But
DDD isn't around?
He's your buddy in this one.
Oh.
I don't know when that happened.
Hold on. All I care about is Meta Knight in this game, because Meta Knight's the best. Oh god.
You know, Meta Knight, I never realized this. He looks just like Kirby
underneath the armor.
Why did I never know that?
Oh, I don't know. I knew that. How did I know that? How did you not know that? You're the Nintendo guy.
Oh man! So if he took the armor off, how would you tell them apart?
He's like blue or something.
He's got like a tint to him. Yeah.
I don't know.
Old Meta Knight.
Final boss is called Void Terminus.
That's kind of awesome. That sounds like a Final Fantasy guy.
He's like this giant ass thing, and he's walking around on this field, like a 3D field. I mean, the game, you play the game in 2D, like side scrolling, but it's like the 3D field, and you and your friends have made the star. What the hell's it called? I don't remember what this one's called, but it's like you and your three buddies are like all in a line, and you're flying, and it's almost like a shmup-ish sort of thing, except it's in 3D. So I guess kind of like Star Fox. So you're just like moving around, shooting him. And then, like, you weaken him enough, you go inside of his body and fight, like, things that are inside of him.
That's kind of great.
And, like, a side-scrolling thing again. I don't know. So I finished the game, and then I found...
Well, how big can you make the train of friends?
just 3 friends, so four total, sadly.
Okay.
I found all the giant puzzle pieces in every level, and... what else? Something else. Oh, look, there's these big switches that are hidden in every level that unlocks bonus levels. Unlocked all them.
Do they look like a Nintendo Switch?
Oh, they should. They blew that one. There is a bonus stage that is like weird green and gray or whatever tint to where it looks like a Game Boy level. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be kind of neat.
I don't know.
Game Boy action. The graphics still look the same. It just changes the tint.
Yeah, it's rather weird looking, but so I don't know. I like that game, but it's not like
Do they remove the
Amazing.
backlight? Turn the backlight off.
should have. That'd been awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you unlock like mini games that you can play, which is happens in a lot of Kirby games, I guess.
Yeah,
I
it
don't know.
looks. I don't know, the way like the art style and all that stuff looks really good. It's a very good looking game. But I've never
Yeah,
played a Kirby game.
I mean it's pretty easy. So
The Void Termina thing kind of looks like a knockoff Heartless boss.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like a weird mode you unlock when you beat it where you can't play as Kirby, but you can play as any of the buddy people enemies that you befriend. And you go through levels and beat certain things and it'll like throw out a heart, perhaps. Like you'll get this heart that says +1 speed. So then you and all your people go faster, or it'll be like +1 attack. So it's like throws like RPG light elements into it, which is really weird.
That's kind of weird.
So I've been going through that. I mean,
How long did it take you to beat it?
I mean, it was less than 10 hours. It's
Wow.
probably more like 6. I don't know. I need to check.
Yeah, do you ever watch John Riggs, his videos at all?
I don't think so. I mean, I know who he is, but
Yeah, he had his daughter on there once, and his daughter said she beat it in like one sitting or something like that. So she just plowed through it.
I mean, I think if you just ignored all the bonus shit, yeah, you could probably do it in 3 or 4 hours. I don't know, maybe less than that. I mean, I had fun, but it's hard to recommend.
I was gonna say, is it full price or is it 40?
It was full price, which is kind of.
That might be a little rough.
I mean, I don't understand why this is a big deal, but Nintendo's releasing free. I don't even remember what they're called. Dream Buddies. That's probably not the right name. To play.
Is it Dream Warriors? Is that what you meant to say?
No, it's Dream Daddies. They're releasing Dream Daddies.
God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Free Dream Daddies.
Hold on. Can't we just have Dream Warrior Daddies and it's just the Ultimate Warrior as a dad? A bunch of those.
Yeah.
As long
Well,
as
he's going to tragically die too young, though.
the day after he gets inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But so I don't know, it's weird. So you go to these things called dream palaces, and you can that's where you get Meta Knight or King DDD or Waddle D as a buddy. Whatever, it's weird. Dream Palace. You have to like beat all those guys first. They're like mini bosses or something. But Nintendo's gonna release new free Dream Buddies, whatever the fuck they're called, like for quite a while. And I don't get what the point is, but people are acting like that's helping make up for why it was $60. It's like I've already beaten the game. I really want to beat it with these new things they're from like older games, but I like old Kirby games, but I don't know the characters that were like specific characters.
Sure.
From they're just in like 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, that's kind of like Xenoblade. They added some significant stuff as free DLC, like, well, not even real free DLC, as like patches, well after the release. And like, I already spent 140 hours in that game. I don't want to do a new game plus. I don't want to. I feel like that stuff should have just been there at launch. So maybe they shouldn't put it out. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I mean, I guess it's cool they did it, but yeah, I mean, yeah, why would you want to?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd have to like wait years before I play that game again, because going back and replaying it and add like another 100 hours, that's just.
That had to be. I could see if that was like the only. If you couldn't afford games worth of shit, and that was like the only game you had, like that'd be kind of awesome. But otherwise,
yeah. If I was a kid or something, well, I don't even think I would be playing that game honestly if I was a kid. Because I played very few JRPGs as a kid. I didn't start playing them until I was like, I think I was in my 20s before I ever played a JRPG.
I probably was too. I may not have ever played one yet. I
know you did. You played this guy.
Yeah.
Sure.
I played a little bit of PUBG. It was on the list and I took it off.
I saw you play PUBG. Do you still like it, or are you just are you frustrated because you're not good? Talk to me.
I know I wouldn't be good. I know I killed a guy for the second time ever.
That's good.
That game is boring.
Okay.
Player Unknown
Yeah, I just at
on
least
Xbone.
yeah.
Why is it boring?
Because you're. I don't know.
You make it whether it's boring or not, though.
Like all I want to do is just figure out where the center is and run there,
Yeah.
and then you run there and then you just wait.
Yep. To
And
kill
you get
people.
shot.
Like I just wait until they get so bored. I'm like, I'm gonna run out of here. Then I get shot. Yeah.
Yeah, if
I
you
mean-
had a squad or something, it'd probably be more fun. But
I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's fine. I just don't think it's up my alley.
Have you tried going to the outside and working your way into the circle? Because that's what I like to do.
I don't even know.
So then, if you're at least on the outside, then you're making your way in, so you're more opportune to find more people to fight and kill versus just like I camp a lot. Like I just chill. Like and I don't mind. Like I'm okay with saying that I'm a camper. I will just find a good spot, hang out, and if the circle moves, I'll move with it. But otherwise, if I can find a good spot and hang out, I'm good. Like I don't really care. But there are people that like to get spicy. So I mean, I don't mind again being on the outside of the circle and just kind of working my way
you
in.
just run to the bridge every time.
No bridges for me. So there's my little tip for you.
Have
If you
you
want to
ever driven a car across that bridge?
I mean, I've only played PUBG the one time that he brought it up here.
Oh.
There's no vehicles in Fortnite.
I've driven a car a couple times. I have never found a bridge in
Oh.
PUBG. That's my second problem with that game. That map's too big. I mean, I get why. I think what I want out of it is not what it is.
Have you done any swimming?
I was gonna say, have you tried
No.
downloading Fortnite on your phone and
I'm
tried?
just not. I know I'm not gonna play any of them probably. I mean, I'll probably give PUBG a few more tries and then.
They
I mean, Fortnite's
they
free.
still
You can
yeah
try
they
Fortnite.
think suppose like some people think that PS4, Xbox One, PC all crossplay is inevitable. They think it's going to happen. So at some point, you might not even need PlayStation Plus to play with Derek. So,
Yeah.
It's true.
It's true.
I would tell you if you want a smaller map. I think the map in Fortnite is smaller and it's a little bit more easy to navigate. I'm telling you, I would just download Fortnite. It's free. It's not gonna hurt you. Just try that.
I probably won't, but
You should. You should for the sake of this podcast. You should just try it at least once. And
what if I
then-
just download it and then delete it?
how about you try it
Yeah.
first and then delete it?
We'll see.
Okay.
I got Far Cry coming.
what
Oh,
if they
Xbox.
put it on Switch?
You can download
like
that
they put it
now.
on phones. They could put it on Switch.
I
I
don't think
don't-
Fortnite could get put on Switch. I
I
know
think
that's
it
not
would.
anything for Ralph, but
I know. I don't. It
I'd be
would probably look like shit.
I don't
No.
no, Fortnite would look fine. PUBG might look like shit, but Fortnite's cartoony. It's fine.
Yeah, I think if they put Fortnite on Switch, it'd probably be fine. They put it all in, like their iOS support goes back to iPhone 6S, so
Yeah.
I think they can put it on Switch.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. No. I'm good. I think that's it. Ryan, what else did you play? The Nino of the Cooney.
Yeah, I didn't get as far in Far Cry as Derek. I just wanted to put it in and test it out too, unless you just wanted to see the secret ending. That isn't so
I know.
secret. But I'll wait till I finish Nino Kuni to play the rest of it. But yeah, I played a shitload of Nino Kuni. I think it's still going right now because I have to wait for. I'm building up my coffer, my kingdom coffer, trying to get 300,000 King's Guild or whatever. I think that's what they call the currency. There's two separate currencies or something.
IQ?
Yeah, well, I need the IQ to build shit. So
How many hours you put into this?
it's not very accurate because sometimes I just leave it on to build up
Sure.
money. But it's close to 40. It's pretty close to 40 hours. So I don't know. I like that game a lot. I don't think it has a very simple, much like the first one, but I think the first one had a better story. And also, there's no anime cutscenes in this one. It's kind of a bummer. There's
What?
anime cutscenes in the first one that were
Wasn't that the
really,
whole- like, that was the
really
whole-
pretty.
That was the whole point of that. That's why I liked the way that I thought Nino Kuni
Yeah.
looked, because it looked like I was
Yeah.
watching an anime movie, and I'm not a huge anime
Yeah.
fan, but god damn, that was pretty.
They just went full anime style with this one,
Style.
but no actual anime cutscenes. But
That
the anime cutscenes in the first one looked amazing.
Yeah, they
And-
looked like super crisp.
Yeah, and I like the story more in that one too, where you start as the young kid in a small, like 50s looking town, and then get sucked into some weird world. Where this one, you start off as what seems to be the president of the United States of America. I guess you could be the whatever president of some other country, and somebody's looks like they dropped a nuke on New York, and you crash your vehicle, and then you get sent to that weird world that Nino Cooney's in. And then you play as that guy for a little bit. His name's like Roland. And then at some point you get introduced to Evan, who's like a child king because his father was recently murdered by King Mousinger, or well, he's King Mousinger. I'm probably butchering that. He looks like a rat. He looks like Ratigan, but not as fat. And you meet him, you escape because he's basically taken over Ding Dong Dell, which is the kingdom that Evan was originally the king of. But you bail with him. It's kind of weird too. It's kind of jarring because he comes into this world, but he still has his gun. I don't think the president normally carries a gun on him, but this president he's packing. This president's packing, and he pulls the gun out at some point. Just blast this mouse in the head.
Wow.
I think there's actually blood too. It might have been, which is kind of surprising. But yeah, he blasts like this mouse is supposed to be a super badass mouse. You're like, oh, if we run into that mouse, we're dead. And you blast the mouse. Pretty good.
Are they gonna make a side game called Blaster Mouster now because of this?
I mean, they could, but yeah. After that, though, it kind of transitions to where the story is mostly about Evan and Roland. Like Roland's still a big crucial part of the story, but it transitions more with you dealing with Evan, and you're basically trying to create your own kingdom and create a world where there is no war. But through war, I mean, creating through peace, there will be blood because you just murder a shitload of things, mostly monsters, though. But yeah, you fight a bunch of monsters, but usually when you like go to the battles or the places where you try to take over kingdoms, you're not really taking over kingdoms. You're kind of getting rid of some sinister dude that's kind of manipulating people and then signing peace treaties with other kingdoms. I got one left. It's Ding Dong Dell. Gotta go take it back.
gotta take care of it.
Yeah, but the combat, I think most of the time I've just been over leveled because I haven't had to deal with it as much. I remember using a shitload of magic in the first one, and I occasionally use magic in this one, but usually like my characters are strong enough that I can just go in there and just whack the shit out of everything with my sword, and then I have to worry about it too much. I think it's mostly just because I'm over leveled because I'm doing all the side stuff. Because when I was reading reviews and stuff, they made it sound like combat was going to be hard, but it's not. There's certain boss fights that you can do where you can tweak stuff based off of like you can adjust. They have some, I can't remember what it's called, but there's something where you can spend points on and you can adjust things where like now if you switch this slider a certain way, you're stronger against fire. If you switch it some other way, you're less likely to get poisoned, things like that. And you can try to use that to your advantage to take on enemies that are way stronger than you. So if you really want a challenge, you could try that, and you could actually do it in such a way that you can beat those guys when you're way under leveled. But I haven't tried to mess around with any of that. I haven't really had a reason to. So the combat seems fine. I just prefer the first one. It's like all action, where I think in the first one it was a mixture of action and having to wait to cast some spells. I remember running around in a circle a lot in the first one and just spamming a spell because that was the best way not to get hit, was to just run around in a circle. And then the main part of the game too, which is what I'm focusing on now, is building up Evan's Kingdom, where you kind of like you recruit people by doing side quests. You put them in certain areas to work on stuff. They bring in resources. You learn new spells. Build new armor, things like that, level up the kingdom. So I don't know. It's kind of neat. It's kind of building the kingdom is pretty addicting because it's a real simple, like it's not too complicated. So it's real simple. Makes it easy to just go run around the world, come back, spend the money that builds up in your coffer and upgrade some shit, or wait for it to fill up like I'm doing right now. But That's what I was doing earlier this morning too. I was just letting Evan hang out in the kingdom while the coffer was filling up. But I think there's only like 2 chapters left, and they're probably not very long, and then the story will be over, and it'll probably let me run around the world like the other one did. I don't know if it's gonna have anything like weird. Like at the end of the game last time, in the first one, you could do certain things to unlock like a car, and then you could drive around with like some 50s style, like what do they call those cars that you like basically put at the top of a hill and you just what are those called?
Boxcar?
Yeah, like kids or whatever do, like where they create those like
a derby.
Yeah, like the one that's in like Little Rascals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You basically had like one of those and you could drive it around. It was kind of cool.
Nice.
But instead, you just get an Elton John airship. Pretty sweet boat too. Doesn't have Elton John's face on the boat though.
That's too bad. So this is 2018 game of the year so far.
Yeah, because the only other one that if I have is Lost Sphere. It's definitely better than Lost Sphere.
That's good to hear.
But I mean, Lost Sphere wasn't bad. That's not saying Lost Sphere was terrible. This game's a lot better. Like I have fun playing Lost Sphere, but this one's more like I want to play it like all the time. So, or Lost Sphere, I kind of wanted to take a break sometimes because it got dull.
Okay.
And the music in the game is amazing. That town, that Hydropolis part that I streamed, easily the best music in the game. That town, I could just hang out in that town for a while and just listen to the track loop over and over again because it's pretty damn good.
It sounds like I had the sound on when I watched part of your stream.
It was kind of quiet when I was rewatching it to see if there was any weird.
I don't think I knew that you streamed anything.
Well, I just saw the archive. I didn't actually watch it live. I'm subscribed to him on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
it popped up.
Is it at Teal USP?
This is
no. I rarely stream for my account, and usually when I do it, I'm testing to see what it looks like.
Got it.
So it was only like an hour.
Not even content for.
I guess. I mean, Evan, like, so when I was in Hydropolis, every city's got issues. There's a city full of like dog people that basically is like a gambling town, and they make all their decisions based off of Lady Luck. They basically roll the dice. That's how they deal out law, deal out all
that.
Yeah. And then, so obviously, like something bad happens to that town, and there's a lot of cheating going on. So you have to resolve that. And then Hydropolis, there was like some terrible. Well, I guess this is kind of story related, but there was some terrible incident where the whole town got swept away. But they were able to find something to basically go back in time. But they have to keep reliving it over and over again. And she's really afraid. The queen is really afraid that if they alter anything about the current state of the town, that it's going to be wiped away forever. So she has forbidden love and won't allow anybody to leave or get married or have children because if anything changes, she's afraid it's going to throw off the balance. So there's a scene in there where Evan, in order to get arrested, acts like he's going to propose and marry one of the people he's with. So that's the part that I have recorded. It's pretty goofy. They set up like an acting scene or whatever. It's really weird. It's really weird and goofy.
Nice.
Is it goofy enough to be in a goofy movie?
It's not quite. There's no Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Not yet.
No.
It may be the final boss location.
Yeah. There is a bag of blue balls, but that's about it. But
I got a lot of those laying around. I don't know that I need an extra bag.
I researched that bag of balls. I think I researched the blue balls thing too, but a lot of good and important research going on. And
I'm sure your internet
kingdom of Evermore.
Your internet provider's like, this all seems normal.
Yeah, I mean, there was that one episode of It's Sunny Philadelphia where they thought, oh man, what's his name? thought one of the guys was a serial killer, and he had a book about.
Was it Dennis?
No, it was Mac. They thought Mac was a serial killer, and he had a book about he had like a human anatomy book, and Frank finds it and uses it as evidence that he was a serial killer. And Charlie was like, "What man hasn't done extensive research on their own genitalia?" So he didn't count that as evidence. Yeah,
Charlie Day.
Yeah, that was my bag of balls research. So everybody's got to do some research on that.
Charlie Day.
Played anything else, or was that all?
Just that and the beginning of Far Cry. So
okay. I guess we can go ahead and move in to surmise the score. Because why not?
Yeah, why not?
We surmised a lot of things
We did.
last time, and they all have scores, which is surprising.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and start off with a cold banger, Detective Pikachu.
I didn't think it was that cold, was it?
I mean, as far as any of us are concerned.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I'd be the one who would most likely play it, and I don't imagine I'll ever play it.
It's a story game, so I'd probably check it out.
I might if it was on Switch. But
I would definitely play it if it was on Switch.
Yeah, I'd play it if it was on Switch.
I
Okay.
just don't play. So we're all in agreement the Switch is the best.
Yeah.
it's a lot better than 3DS. It's hard to go back. Like
That's not
even
saying
going and
much.
play
Yeah.
Radiant Story, it's hard to go back to the
I
3DS.
love my 3DS, but man, it's just the point now that I just don't.
What's like 7 years old
You know,
now?
it's crazy. 2011.
Something like that. Detective Pikachu topped out at a 74. So coming in a cold, hard last with this guess of 79 was Ryan.
Oh,
Sorry about your loss.
That's okay.
Uh,
Try to think if I have a game to put on the list, but
I don't know that I do, but I gotta double check if it's not already on there.
coming in with a dead ass second guess of 77 was Derek.
Yeah, that's Derek. Hi.
Oh, Derek.
Oh
And
boy.
nailing it, except not with a guess of 72, was Ralph.
Oh, Derek is something only one person in my life has said.
Your mom.
My mom.
Oh,
what about,
Derek.
What about Bo Derek?
I've only watched Bo Dallas, not Bo Derek.
No. Okay.
Isn't Bo Derek in Blade Runner?
Oh yeah. Well, I lied then.
That was.
Or is she in Tommy Boy?
No, she's in. I think she's in.
I don't think she was in Blade Runner. Or
I think she was in Tommy Boy.
Daryl Hannah
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
or
Daryl.
Sean Young, both women with men's names.
Yeah,
Daryl Hannah.
I get the two confused.
I get to put a game on the bad list games of all time. Bad games brought to you by Little Secrets to Badass Place to get badass porn. I guess I don't know what's there. Looks like
it's a
it's made by
secret.
children. Yeah, probably was. I'm gonna put a game on this list, and that game is Ren and Stimpy Vidiots on the Super Nintendo or Game Boy, because I played it on both, and it's fucking terrible on
Nice.
both.
Right, is this the second Ren and Stimpy game that's on the list? So I remember we talked about Ren and Stimpy last time. I don't know if it's just because of that Stimpy or if it's because of Stimpy got put on the list.
Hopefully, I didn't. I don't see it on the list. Maybe we
It's probably
talked
just because of
about
that Stimpy. Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't mean anything, but I don't see it on there.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to move my fan. My fan's in the background.
It's. I can't see it.
It's not a Cool Breeze. It's Honeywell, whatever that means.
Oh, it's a brand and a town that's really
Yeah.
close to here. Let's see. The next game, Derek might play this. Maybe, I don't know. MLB 18, the show.
I haven't played an MLB game in a while. I mean, I do get the itch every now and again though. So
MLB
How
the
often,
show 18.
how often do you bunt when you play those games?
never.
Every at bat.
Yeah. How often do you throw the ball intentionally at somebody?
Quite often.
Yeah, every at bat. Yeah.
A vicious cycle.
Yeah, I always hit for the cycle.
Yeah,
I call it the vicious
the
cycle.
vicious cycle.
When I get I foul out, bunt out, strike out, and ground out.
Get thrown out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Thrown out at first and out of the game. Both of those.
yeah, vicious cycle. It doesn't have a ton of reviews yet, but it has enough for a Metascore. It's got an 84 right now.
That's what we go with, so it's fine.
So coming in dead ass last,
I do
with
like
a
dead ass last.
bad guess of 88 was
Oh,
Ralph.
that's not me.
Sorry about that, me. Coming in a cool second
Ooh,
I feel like I don't have a game. I'm hoping it's not me.
with a guess of 87 was Derek.
Yep. Ryan.
And nailing it with a guess of 86 was Ryan.
Do we have their PS4 Thief on that list or no?
No, we don't, but we can.
I say we should put PS4 Thief on there.
I played that game. I don't know why. Was it like a PS Plus game or Xbox Live Gold game? I don't know. What?
I bought it from Game for like $12 at one point, so they got super cheap.
It's a bad game. Thief.
Very, very grayish brown game.
That was in at the time. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't. It's never been in. I mean, everything is tried, I guess.
Trident.
Trident. This segment brought to you by Trident. Not the gum, the spear that
Yeah.
Aquaman throws or whatever he does, swims with. I don't know what the fuck that guy does. What were we at?
I'm not sure if he knows what he does.
Probably not. Sea of Thieves. We all kind of missed this one.
Yeah.
Last I looked, it had a 70.
The
70
kid looks
score.
really good, but I guess it's not that much fun to play.
Yeah, like
I
there's
don't
not like a ton of variety or something.
That Giant Bomb Quick Look was really funny.
I need to watch that. I forgot.
I don't want to spoil anything. Mendoza, he's a character. You watch out for Mendoza.
Character in more than one way.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves 70. Let's see. Last place. The guess of
got to 70.
70. Last I looked. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the 60s when I last looked, but that was a while ago.
Oh. I think I looked. I don't remember when I looked. I think it was earlier.
Yeah, mine was like a week
Prior
ago.
to now.
Well, not a week ago, almost a week ago.
Wow. Last place with a guess of 84 was Derek.
God damn it.
Second place with a guess of 83 was Ryan.
Oh boy, Ralph back at it again.
Murdering it with a guess of 82 was Ralph. Oh, yes.
You were so far off on that.
It's true.
Like the water and all that stuff looks so good in that game. Like, I don't know.
We should all lose on this one. I'm going to put a game on here that Ryan may have a problem with, but probably not. How about Splatterhouse on the PS3 /
I was just
360?
I was going to resort to that, but
Sorry about that.
I was going to say that one, but I felt like maybe it was just good enough to not be on there. But I'm not gonna force it off the list.
I mean, there's some stuff on here. I feel like Sonic Spinball's on here. I don't know if it is.
It is.
What is
It was the fourth game added on this list.
Yeah, like I kind of like that game, but it's probably bad. I don't know.
I mean, I like that game too, but it's bad.
Well, that NES Ninja Turtle game is also on that list.
Yeah.
And it's one of the greatest games of all time.
It is.
Was that Nintendo Power or is that a different?
Nintendo Power, I think.
Yeah.
This is absolutely the Derek list. God damn it. Look how many games I put on here.
Well, it's quickly becoming the Ralph list.
I was going to say, you haven't updated this since November.
Oh, whoops. I've got the hard copy.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Well, we've only done like 3 shows since November.
That's true, yeah.
I need to play more bad games. That's what you guys are telling me.
Yep.
Let's play more bad games.
I'm going to buy all of the bad games.
Yeah,
I got some.
I can lead you in the right direction if you ever want.
Well, I have 2 Homefront games that I need to finish. So
You're getting there.
I got Fuse. I could play that. I still haven't finished Clive Barker's Jericho. I have the Club.
The club might be all right.
I didn't seek out the club. It was just part of
The club found you.
It was part of a lot. So
The thing about
Call of Juarez, like not the good Call of Juarez, is the one that has the
Gunslinger. Bound by Blood. Which one's a good one?
Well, so there's the first two are okay, and then there's the weird one that's like modern day, where they have like the president's mask. It's a really goofy looking Barack Obama one.
What the hell?
I
don't remember that.
Oh, it's called. I can't read it from here. Call of Juarez. I'll look it up. I can't read it from here.
Something with blood, isn't it? Isn't it something with blood?
Yeah, I thought it was bound in something.
Bound for blood.
Bound for glory.
Bound in blood.
Bound in blood. That's how I
No, not that one. That
Cartel?
Was, yes, Cartel. Yes, that was the more modern one, I think.
Oh, I forgot all about that one.
Cartel. 2011.
Yeah, that one's supposedly just terrible, but let's see what the reception is on that. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's 51, 45 on the PS3.
You mentioned.
I really don't want to play that game.
I
can play it just.
You mentioned Fuse, and I will never forget this. I don't think because whenever Fuse the album or damn it, the cover art got released, the cover art's fucking terrible, and it's generic as shit.
I like the orange box looks though. Without seeing the cover art, just the side where it says Fuse.
That's probably all right. But so somewhere had this. It wasn't a contest. It was come up with better box art for Fuse, and someone had the same cover, but the only thing that was different was a Target clearance tag was on it. It was amazing.
I thought you were going to say they took off the S and the E on the front of it and just called it.
They have a price on there, or did it just say Target clearance?
I think they did have a price. I don't remember what it was, but that was genius.
Yeah. I actually did want that game, so that was part of the lot too. But I did want that one.
I've seen it for dirt cheap, and I've thought about buying it, but I probably never will.
I have Lost Planet 3.
Oh man, that's probably bad.
Yeah, so there's quite a few games that I could force myself to play just to just to update this list. I have Wet.
Speaking of wet, let's move on. Next up, we've got a hot jam. None of us have played. I don't know if it's hot. It probably is. We'll see. We'll see by the Metascore. A Way Out. A Way Out is out.
I haven't bought that yet. I need to.
Last I saw, it was at an 80.
I need to buy it, and then somebody that's got PlayStation Plus can play it with me.
Is it required?
I have
that PlayStation Plus.
I didn't look.
I don't know. Well, yeah, because if you buy one copy, someone else can play with you without buying it. So that's cool. I don't know how that works. 80. Way Out 80. Let's see. Coming in last place with a guess of 91 dong hangs.
Oh no.
Oh boy. This guy.
Wasn't even the right way to guess this one, but it may have that many. It's a different contest. Derek.
Two, I think.
Me. Hello.
Derek. You get the dong hangs down.
That's me. Yeah, you can play A Way Out without having online.
Nice.
So maybe Ralph, you can fire up your PS4 and play this with me, or Ryan.
Does that mean you can play it local? You can play local co-op, like couch co-op, but I don't know if that means no PS Plus. Or is this just
no, you have to download. You have to download the demo of the game, and then it just loads the game from there.
Okay.
Interesting.
So we should
probably because the demo probably is the whole thing.
Yeah, 6 gigs. Yeah. We should do that, Ralph or Ryan.
I don't have that much interest in playing it, but
I mean, I don't need you to buy it. I'll buy it. I just don't want somebody to play with.
Yeah,
it's only $20, isn't it? $27. Yeah, I should buy that. I'll buy that for $30. Is there physical?
Yeah, I don't know what the digital, how much it is, but there's.
I mean, I'll buy the physical for $24.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Anyway, sorry.
91 dong hang. Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, I'm just a big fat loser.
You got that big fat dong hang.
I do.
Oh, cut off that leg. Extends. Coming in dead second with a guess of 86 was Ralph.
Oh no!
Ryan
Failing it
with
with
the
a guess
double
of
whammy.
83 was Ryan, and I stole a game he could have used.
Man, I wish I would have played Call of Juarez.
Put it on here.
No, I can't without playing it. It just doesn't feel right. I'm trying to think if there's like some old, like NES or Super Nintendo game I played that was just garbage. But
Play Home Alone. That's a bad game.
no, I played Bart's Nightmare, but I don't. Did we already put that on there?
On your drink?
Mm,
Where did you put it? Where's your drink
I don't know. Let me look. I wouldn't have put it on there,
At the table?
but
Yeah, I saw
there.
that.
Okay, so go turn on the light for it and show it.
But I remember
see
I remember hating that game. But I also remember really wanting to try to finish it because it looked good.
Look,
It's really
got it.
hard, but it's not on the list.
I don't know
Is it
if I'll
empty?
put it on there just yet.
It is empty.
It's not a bad game, but I would buy it if I saw it cheap enough.
I wish I played State of Emergency, but I only watched my friend play some of it.
State of Emergency's bad.
Yeah, but I didn't. This is rough. This is rough. I don't have a.
We can come back to you. We can have this
Did I put Independence Day on the list?
segment with this cat. Sorry, cat. I can't see the notes. I can see your asshole though. Independence Day. I don't see it. Nope. That's a bad
Okay,
game.
we will put Independence Day on there because I played that. I may
Independence.
have cheated my way to the end of the game, but I played it.
PlayStation 1.
Yeah,
No Saturn version for you.
yeah. I never have owned a Saturn.
Let's see. And last up, we've got a game that 2/3 of us have played. Far Cry 5. Last I saw, Amanda score was an 81. 81 out of 100. Let's see. Last place with a guess of 88 was Ryan. You're welcome.
I
Second
don't know if I can
place.
come up with another game.
Second place with a guess of
It
85
starts going at 100.
was Ralph.
Oh boy, finally I gotta put a game on here.
No, we had our fourth guest one,
Oh,
actually.
damn it.
Our fourth host. No. Almost nailing it with a guess of 80 was Derek.
Hello.
It was at 80 briefly, and then it bumped back up to an 81.
Miss Cleo over here.
I never finished the Def Jam game on 360, but
It was hard. Well,
I
maybe.
hated it. I hated that one so much.
I think I rented it one time and I didn't like it either.
Yeah, it wasn't made by the same people who did the first two.
Bullshit. Derek,
Hello.
you got a bad game up your sleeve?
I got two, and I'm gonna let you kind of decide which ones. I don't know why I was talking about these games.
We only need one.
Well,
Yeah,
You went
gotta
often
save
enough.
one.
You don't have to use two at once.
yeah, but I just don't know which one to put. So I don't know.
Which one's
I remember.
bad?
Well, they might both be bad, and I don't think either of them are on here. Is the Domino's game on there?
Yo Noid?
I'm not.
No, but what else you got?
I
Well,
played the 7-Up game. I
Yeah,
never played the Dominoes one.
I like.
I've played Yo Noid.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cool Spot also. I didn't really care
Oh,
for
I
Cool
liked
Spot.
Cool Spot.
See, I didn't like Cool Spot. I loved Yo Noid, but they're both probably not great. But nostalgia
No.
tells me that I like the Yo Noid better. But those are what I've got for you. So if you
Hmm.
reject both of them, then I'll go back to the drawing board. But that's what I've got.
I mean, I feel like Cool Spot was better received.
I mean, I liked it, but I played it so long ago.
Yeah, I mean, I played Yo Noid probably within the last 7 years.
Yo Noid was hard as fuck.
It
That's
was
all I
hard,
remember.
but I really liked that game.
I don't remember. Like that game, it's just like a reskin of some Japanese.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the Japanese thing was, but it was amazing. They decided to put the mascot from Domino's in that game.
I don't understand.
I mean,
if you say neither, then that's fine. I just don't know what else.
we can put Yonoid on. I don't care.
Yeah, I haven't played it, and if I did, I don't remember playing it, so I can't.
Okay.
Can't make a call on Yonoid.
I mean, you can do. Wasn't there a sequel? Was there a sequel? We could just like put the sequel on there.
There was not a sequel to Yonoid that I'm aware
The
of.
sequel was Papa John's.
Yeah, or
Probably
like
not
the
wrong there.
Burger King games.
Yeah,
Yonoid.
that's all I got. Sorry.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, I would put. I personally, I would put.
Cool spot.
Cool spot, but
Yeah, I don't know what happened to my copy of Cool Spot. I should look up some gameplay to remind myself.
It was just like you walking on a beach. I remember.
Yeah, I watched that not too long ago. I don't remember. Then there's like a 3D. Well,
Yeah.
no, it's an isometric view for it's like a Saturn, maybe PlayStation 1 version. Spot Goes to Hollywood. That
All I
game's
remember.
terrible.
All I remember is you walking on the beach and just riding. Like it wasn't a great game from what I remember.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple of them on Genesis and Super Nintendo.
That's why I liked Yonoid better because there was actually like it was
Story.
hard. Yeah, it was. Damn it! It was hard. It was harder.
You had to win that pizza eating contest because what else? Like
What else
you
were
had
you
to
gonna
save the town, or there was
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh.
tried.
It's okay. I only have one game for us to surmise, and I'm not even sure if we should surmise this one. Extinction.
Is this a remake? I own a game called Extinction.
No, this is the new joint from.
No, mine's Extermination. So never mind.
Oh, what the hell is Dave Lang and Adam Boyes? What's their company called?
Iron Galaxy.
It's their game. It's like their first original game. I don't know if that's right.
I didn't know that.
Coming out on PS4, Xbone, probably Steam. In
I'm not
early
going to jack up
April.
a Batman game again.
Maybe. Apparently, they're wanting to port Monster Hunter World to the Switch.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a nightmare. But
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't really. I feel like I read something about this game one time, and it sounded like something I would never play, and then I forgot what it was. So I don't know what this game is. Extinction.
I don't know either. Like
I
I'm
also don't know.
So based on that, we'll go with Derek first. What you got?
Oh boy. Ooh boy. I like Dave Lang, but I'm gonna go with the 77.
Okay. Ryan, go ahead. My pen is dying. My pen is dying.
Well, my pen has died a while ago.
the pen is blue.
Blue ball, perhaps.
I'm gonna say 68 because I have no idea what this game is.
Okay. I'm gonna go a straight 60.
Wow.
There's a movie called Extinction coming out in 2018.
How did I somehow go with the highest score here?
Because that's the Dave Lang factor. This pen is fucked. Damn it. I think I can see what it says. Okay. Wow, I can't read that. Okay, that's good enough. Yeah, that's all the surmisals I have.
All right.
Look up some video on this game, see what it looks like. Does it look cartoony or no?
No, it's like fucking. I didn't look at gameplay, but it was just like a dude with a big ass sword fighting monsters.
Yeah, I don't even know if I've seen any screenshots or anything. I think
It
just.
looked like there was a gameplay video back in 2017
Okay.
at E3. That's all I got. I didn't look at it though.
You ever
Okay.
see that old like Giant Bomb video where Adam Boyes brings a bunch of alcohol over and they play Quest for Booty?
No, that sounds awesome though.
Yeah, they all get pretty drunk.
Nice.
Adam Boy sounds like a good time.
Yeah. So, do we want to do a segment, or have we already gone on too long?
I mean, I'm always down for a bigger segment, and this is kind of what I expected us to do today. So I mean, I'm down. I guess it's up to
listed.
you. I have listed also, so I mean, we're there. I guess it depends on how long we want to take. Do we just want to rattle it off and call it what it is, or do we want to go into detail like we would if it's game of the year?
It's,
I mean,
it's not easy.
It is games of all time, and we want to come to a conclusion on number one. Like that might be where it's hard.
Well, Yeah, let's just rattle them off and then
And
We'll
let's leave number one. Should we just keep go 10-2 and then leave our number ones, then battle out number one?
We tried them.
well,
Or do we
I
just
mean-
say all of it?
we'll just go all of it. Because
Okay.
I have a feeling at least we'll have some common games
Sure.
in the top 10. I mean, they won't be in the same spots.
There
Um,
might be like 2 or
We have
3.
our unanimous like we did a game of the year where it was what was it, Resident Evil 7?
yeah, just based on where it's placed,
Yeah. Resident Evil
think
7 and Mario were tied for first place last year.
something like that. I think we can come up with something.
All right. I mean, I'm down, so I have a list.
All
It
right.
might not be pretty, but I've got a list. So I'm
Yeah, I have some on there too that I'm not sure if I want them there or if I want something else. But whatever. We'll go with it.
I mean, I took 10 out of the 100 games and thought about how impactful they were to me, and I just said yep or nope, and just went from there.
Kind of what I did.
Placing wise, I mean, I put some thought into it, but I will tell you that I knew what my number one game was before I even started the list. So,
Yeah,
Yeah,
same
I did
here.
too.
At least I have the number one set.
there's that.
How about I'll go first, then whatever. I'll go first. Number 10, Dead Space.
It's a solid fucking game.
Derek, number 10.
Oh, hold on, I have a child crying. I have Phoenix Wright 3, Trials and Tribulations.
Oh, I thought you were saying you're about Yoshi's Story. Or
Oh,
Yoshi's
God, no.
Yoshi's Island. Yeah.
Hang on, I gotta figure out why my kid's crying. Hang on.
We're all gonna have Phoenix Wright 3 on this list. I know it.
I've never played a Phoenix Wright game, but yes, I do have it on my list.
I don't think I've played one either.
Yeah.
You want to do your number 10 or you want to be
Sure,
on?
I can just shock you and not shock Derek because he won't know what happened. Super
Okay.
Mario World is my number 10.
Oh man. Yep, I'm shocked. It hurts. Yeah, I'll just go ahead. My number 9 is Contra 3: The Alien Wars on the Super Nintendo.
Okay.
I love that game.
I can do my number 9 and then it'll just be his number 9 when he's back. But mine's Metal Gear Solid 3 for mine.
Okay, that's a shocker. No, it's
And
not.
then Derek's is Super Mario 1 2.
All right, I'm back. Ryan's a robot.
What's
That's
your
fine.
okay? I can try to fix it.
Derek, what's your number 9?
What was Ryan's number 10?
Super Mario World. Yeah, there's the shock.
My number
num-
9. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Are
Sorry.
you, was that a joke?
The top 10 games of all time. I
It's in
have
the
Super
top
Mario
10.
World.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
I
have
could
it.
have not put it in there.
You have it at 10.
Yeah.
I'm not
Um,
sure that we can go on like this.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, I mean, like, I'll spoil it.
All right. That's
There's
fine.
tons of great games that are not in the list. Like
Okay, that's fine.
three.
I can appreciate that. I guess it's on the list. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Number 9 for me. What was yours, Ralph? Or is it we going snake draft? What happened?
He was about
Oh.
to say his number
Okay.
9.
I already did.
What was it?
Contra 3: The Alien Wars. I think Ryan said his too.
Yeah.
Metal Gear,
Mine, yeah, Solid 3.
Metal Gear Solid 3. Okay.
Snake
Uh,
Eater.
My number 9
Mhm.
is a very common game we already talked about once. It's Dead Space.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, that first Dead Space game was just, to me, monumental. And maybe it's not. Maybe monumental is the wrong word, but it was very impactful to what it did, and it changed the landscape. And I'm really sad that Visceral is no more, and we're not getting more Dead Space. But that game was real good.
Yeah.
You don't think Dead Space 2 is better?
I'm not saying
No.
it's not better cinematically, but thematically, Dead Space 1 is the best game.
I had a
Yeah.
better time with the first one.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I like
I think
the first 2 a lot.
I'm with you. Like I said, story wise, cinematically, Dead Space 2 is better, but just the feeling I got was never replicated from Dead Space 1. Like that game creeped me the fuck out.
What about when you saw the moon in the third one?
I would love to tell you that I remember the third one, but I don't.
I
What if it was Warren Moon? Would that change your mind?
Nope.
Okay.
Number 8.
Is that me again now? Snaking it?
I think it's were we snaking? Or-
No, I'm just gonna
okay.
go
All right,
because I'm
no,
gonna
go.
get confused
You're good.
otherwise.
Oh, no, we're good.
Number 8 is Super Mario 3D World.
Oh, okay. We both have cats close to us there, Ralph.
Yeah, this cat is needing attention pretty bad. Apparently,
This guy's also needing attention very
is-
badly.
it has covered up my list. Great. Um,
Mine is Dark Souls 3. That's my number 8.
okay. Derek, what was yours?
My number 8 is the Super Nintendo classic, Donkey Kong Country.
Nice. Okay.
I don't give a fuck how many people say that game sucks. I love that game.
It does not suck.
It is a great game.
People act like its graphics don't hold up, which
I don't give a fuck.
I mean, you know, it probably don't, but I still think it looks pretty cool
Yep.
for like
So it's
when
a
it came
great,
out.
a great game.
I don't think I ever finished it.
I don't know
I
if I have either.
absolutely have.
I
It
remember
sucks.
being hard.
That King K. Rool battle, it sucks.
Okay.
Come on.
Did Ryan already do his? I've already.
I did mine number 8. We're on 7 now.
My number 7. We're gonna get a running theme here with mine. Number 7, Super Mario Brothers 2.
Oh fuck yeah! I wanted to put that. So let me give you a little insight to what I made this, how I made this list. I tried to spread the love a little bit. As we're talking greatest games of all time, I tried to at least incorporate different systems and different games and all that stuff. So I tried to not go a lot of the Super Nintendo is probably the Super Nintendo and the PlayStation 2 are probably the games or systems I have the most nostalgia for, and it's hard to not go to those classics. But I tried really hard not to. So Super Mario 2, I'm sorry, is a hard game for me to not put on the list, but that is a great game.
Yeah.
So I'm with you.
There's gonna be no Halo 2 on that list, though, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't finish the fight.
That's like the middle of the fight. But
Derek, what you
number 7 for me is The Witcher 3.
I didn't say 7.
Oh,
I don't
sorry.
know what order we're going in.
Okay.
Witcher 3.
Okay.
I have The Witcher 3. That game kind of, for me, like, again, going in, I've never played a Witcher game. I didn't know what to expect. It's an open world game, a different kind of open world game. I could definitely change what I thought of like an open world style RPG game, and that game really hung with me, and I really was intrigued by the story of Geralt and Ciri, and it just, the world really encapsulated me. Like, it was a really good game.
Hanging on top of a unicorn. Yeah.
I mean, I never got to do that, but yeah, it sounded cool.
Well, you should definitely watch some video of that.
I have. I've watched the video, but I didn't do it. That's usually my go-to in the bathroom is
taking a bath. You just put on the
unicorn instead of unicron. It's unicorn for me.
My number is
unicron porn. Sorry.
7 is Dragon Age Origins.
All right.
That's a good game too. Also, a game I thought about recognizing on this list and did not.
Yeah, there's another BioWare game which I kind of Mario made it instead of that one. So,
yay!
Are you referring to Sonic Chronicles Dark Brotherhood on the DS?
No,
Your favorite BioWare game?
I was more thinking Mass Effect 2, but
Or MDK? Okay. Number 6
Yeah.
for me is the original Super Mario Brothers,
It's a lot of Nintendo on this list, isn't there, Ralph?
and it's not even over.
Yeah, because I feel like you can't put that on there and not have 3. So I feel like 3's got to be on your list.
Well, he doesn't have 3 or World on there yet, so just wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just wait.
That's okay. I mean, original Super Mario Brothers, classic.
The only
shit,
one
man.
I would argue with him about would be Mario 2. But the other ones.
No, dude, I love Mario.
I don't
2
know.
So much.
Like,
Mario,
I mean-
I've had such a special place for Mario 2 in my heart.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like you saying Super Nintendo and PS2 were like your like golden age, I guess. Like
Yeah.
NES,
Yep.
early Super Nintendo were mine. So like that's what most of this shit is.
Yeah.
So, Ryan,
My number 6 is Near Automata.
Oh,
Wow.
man. Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what's the latest game I've got on this list, and that might be The Witcher.
Yeah, mine's Near, which is
Yeah.
just a year after. But
Mine's Mario 3D World.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Derek.
Number 6 for me. Again, going back to my theme of trying to make sure that I recognized enough differences in this is Grand Theft Auto Vice City. That game just, as I would say a kid, I guess, because I was a teenager, I think, when it came out. It just kind of encapsulated the fun you want to have in a game like that. You want to go around, fuck around, run people over, hire hookers, listen to some great fucking music that your dad listens to, and impress him because you know what the fucking music is.
hang out with Love Fist.
You want to go. Is that where Round and Round is? Is that same one?
I think Love Fist was just a fictional band, but
I was just thinking, is Rats Round and Round in that one, or is that?
I don't know. Maybe
Well,
it seems like it'd be likely for it to be in that one.
I don't remember for sure, but Vice City was just a great game. The aesthetic was there. Everything was just there to be a
I think did
phenomenal
they
game.
reference Love Fist in GTA 5?
Yeah, they do. So yeah, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, number 6 on my top 10 greatest games of all time.
My number 5, we got Mario Kart Double Dash.
Jesus Christ, this is all Nintendo.
Telling you, man, this is where the
That's
fanboy
okay.
comes from.
That's all right. That's okay. That's the whole point. This is your list.
I've had so many good times with Mario Kart Double Dash.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
not.
really, really with all Mario Kart games.
I wanted to put 8 on here simply because I feel like 8 really does, or 8 Deluxe, I guess, really does a good job of just having fun. You know, it's just a lot of fun. But I had a feeling that somebody else would bring in the heat on the Mario Kart, so I didn't.
Well, the heat's not coming from me.
Yeah,
Well,
I
on my
knew
list
I knew that.
And number 5.
is for me is BioShock, which I'm
Nice.
feeling like is not going to be on Ralph's list anymore.
Yeah, it got close.
So
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like the last time I tried to play that was within the last couple years, and it just wasn't feeling as good. But I
Yeah.
don't know why that makes a difference to me. But
it definitely like shows its age, which is going to be really interesting when they do that remake of System Shock 2. Because that game it feels super old. I tried to play it not too long ago. Or are they doing System Shock 2? Or are they doing the first System Shock?
I don't remember.
It said it was like slated for 2020 now, which I guess we could have put in the news, but it seems kind of far off for a remake.
Is that the one they like lost interest in, so they had to take a break?
I think it got like kickstarted too, and a bunch of I don't know, it had a bunch of weird funding. Supposedly they're making a System Shock 3. Who knows when that's going to happen?
20 never. Derek, number 5.
Number 5 for me is a game we touched on earlier. That would be God of War 2 for the PlayStation 2. That game, I don't know that I've had another feeling of that. I wouldn't call it emptiness, but that's kind of what I felt when I finished it because I was just such in shock of like, you're ending this game on a giant fucking cliffhanger on the PlayStation 2 and you're transitioning to a completely new set. You didn't know that at the time, but you're like, I'm on the back of this fucking giant Titan and it's just over? Like, it's just over.
I think he did because I think he came out like 2007, right?
Yeah.
3 was PS3 was out in 2006, so you knew that it was
kind of
dead.
expected it.
Yeah.
But just that feeling of like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Would you
I say
it was more than a feeling.
it was way more than a feeling for sure. I felt like I was in Boston at that point. It was just, it was hard to replicate that feeling that I had again. I mean, it's like, I don't want to say it's like Empire and like that kind of thing, but it's a really good middle chapter of a phenomenal series. So I like God of War. God of War 2 is number 5 for me.
All right. Number 4, I got Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was like, 4 seems a little low for what I'm thinking he's about to say.
Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, my favorite puzzle game of all time. I love that shit. I love puzzle games. Derek doesn't. We found out.
What about not even Tetris?
I'm bad. Tetris is maybe what I'm worst at.
What about Minesweeper?
I am the bomb.
Okay. 4 for me is where I'm going to lose you guys. The rest, you guys are going to be like, what? So
fine.
Persona 3 is my number 4. So
Okay.
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 I've never played any of the Persona games until I started playing Persona 5 sometime at some point.
when you got to spare 100 hours.
Boy. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Number 4, this is back when I had time. I played this game, and it was fantastic, and it was not spoiled for me, so I did not know what the fuck was happening when the barn doors opened and everything went bad. Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, I thought it was Funky Blind. I was like, you played Funky Blind.
Number 4 for me, my second Rockstar Games game, Red Dead Redemption. Again, talking from the theme with my list, I think is probably really story driven for the most part. Everything has to just really deep dive in and have a good story. You know, there's some good sandboxes that I don't really care about, but story in Phoenix Wright 3, fantastic. Dead Space, more about the scares, but a good story. Donkey Kong Country is just Donkey Kong Country. Witcher 3, fantastic story. Vice City, big ass sandbox. God of War 2, fantastic story. Red Dead Redemption, right there with it. A better game. Number 4, Red Dead Redemption.
All right. Number 3, we got Super Mario Brothers 3.
Okay. Whew. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Again, a phenomenal game. I don't know that I've ever played that game without using any of the warp whistles, but it's a great game.
Oh, you should play it without it. All those worlds are great.
Yeah, World 4 is the best. The giant.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
I think I have
I
played.
lost my mind when I saw it as a kid. I was like, what?
Yeah.
These are huge. I had to get.
Went up and down and shit.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was so awesome. Like they jumping on top of the giant turtle shell, or the turtle and bouncing the shell back and forth.
Yep.
Man.
Some sweet nostalgia right there.
Yeah.
Ship with that. Is that your number 3?
Number 3.
My number 3 has no giant turtles of any kind. Resident Evil 2. So
hold on. Can I point out the symmetry of you doing Persona 3 as your 4th game and now Resident Evil 2 as your 3rd game?
Well, it's gonna break once we get to number 2.
Okay,
So
all right. Resident Evil 2, also a game I haven't played.
yeah, well, that's gonna be the same for the rest on my list.
Yeah, I figured. That's fine.
But I like all my games are story-driven games except for Dark Souls 3, sorta, and Super Mario World.
Yeah.
And none of mine are, so
That's fine.
maybe
Like
Dead
not-
Space, I guess.
Well, how about I guess Contra, not really.
No.
Yeah,
Yours are just fun games, Ralph.
I play
that's okay.
games to have a good time.
That's true. That's why you have all the hair in the world. To not be stressed out.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. All right. My number 3, I just gave Ryan shit about this, but I put a sequel, number 2, at my number 3. Any guesses at all? A stab in the dark at what I haven't put on this list yet.
is it Baby Crime or?
No, it's not Yoshi's Island. No.
Uncharted 2.
No.
Oh,
no.
oh,
I do
that
like
was a pretty good
Uncharted.
guess.
That is a really
Yeah.
good guess.
I think of that.
Kingdom Hearts 2, baby.
Oh,
Oh.
Kingdom Hearts 2.
well,
As-
that makes me wonder what number 1 is.
As the again, number 1 was locked down from the beginning. Kingdom Hearts 2, as the resident Kingdom Hearts aficionado that doesn't really know a whole lot about this goddamn series because no one does. Again, that game is it took what was amazing about the first one and really just improved in almost every aspect, in my opinion. Story wise, it just got fucking weirder, which I didn't mind. Like I enjoy the shit out of it. It added a lot of new characters, new depth, a new fighting system, and it's just a really fucking good game. It's just a really, really good game. And the fact that came out in 2000, I want to say it was 2006. I think I've said this a million times. I don't know for sure, but I think it's 2006. Now we're coming up on 12 years after the release of Kingdom Hearts 2, and we still don't have a sequel. And it's not going to be this year. Yeah, it's not going to be this year. It's not going to be this year.
I don't know. It might make a surprise.
There's no way.
fall
I wouldn't
release.
even try. Don't push it. It's
But-
fine.
The way they described it at that one event.
That's
sounded
D23.
kinda scary.
Yeah. So Kingdom Hearts 2, my number 3 game of all fucking time. There we go.
Okay. The hell was that?
I don't know. I think you're trying to play that one song.
No, I don't know anything about that. Next up for me, number 2. Super
Super Star Wars.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
I don't think I heard you put Metroid on here yet.
No, it's not gonna make it.
It's alright. It's too late. We've gone too far. So is a great. That was another game I struggled with, but I didn't finish it, so I was like, I just can't.
Polygon put out a list of like top 25 RPGs and only put half the list. They put Castlevania on that list.
Like the
I've
first
never
one?
count Castlevania. No, just the Castlevania series. It was like top 25 JRPG series. And they have Castlevania on that list of JRPGs.
I wouldn't call that an RPG.
Yeah. They also have Yakuza on there, and Yakuza is kind of a stretch. But
Yakuza is more of an RPG than.
yeah, but the
Doesn't-
leveling stuff almost doesn't even matter in Yakuza. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the Metroidvania Castlevanias are, I'd call them RPG,
Well,
like
they
light. ones.
mentioned Symphony of the Night is where it started. But I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's. I mean,
Do you consider Lords of Shadow a JRPG or an RPG?
no.
Because it kind of is the same, but it's
You
the
don't
same
get
thing but different.
There's no experience points in Lords of Shadow, is there? Or is there in the second one?
Maybe there isn't.
I'd tell you if I knew.
I don't.
It's been too
I don't-
long. I'd have to double check, but
I mean, in like, I know this doesn't make an RPG, but in Symphony of the Night, like you're equipping weapons and relics and accessories and coats. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of shit you can do. I don't know. I know that doesn't exactly make it an RPG, but I mean, I
yeah,
wouldn't.
I guess I could see a case being made for it, but it just,
I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't put it on that list. I guess.
yeah,
But
they
I
had
can see
it.
how it would be.
They had it fairly high up too, but it's probably just because Symphony of the Night's such a good game.
According to me, it is. Number 2.
For
Right.
me to break the trend that Darren is seeing is Silent Hill 2.
Okay.
Not the first one.
No, the second one's so much better than the first one.
Okay. I've played the first one, not the second one.
Did you watch the movie too?
I've seen the
First
first movie, not the second movie.
You don't want to see the second movie. Jon Snow is in the second movie.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I was the one with Jon Snow. I didn't know for sure though.
He's pretty bad in it.
Yeah,
like in everything. I don't know. I've only seen
he's okay.
what the hell was that movie
He's
about the
fine in Game of
volcano?
Thrones.
We Pompeii.
Yeah, he was bad in
We
that. That was a
looked
bad
it up
movie.
one
Though.
time.
Number 2, Derek.
Number 2 is an experience that we all shared together when this game came out, and I played the beginning of it when you guys were all over before we started recording our podcast that night. And I started to cry along with my wife, and this game has stuck with me ever since. And I honestly, truly think that this is one of the greatest games of all time. That's why it's number 2. It is The Last of Us. From the music to the story to the graphics itself to the performances, that game to the choice you have to make, like it
It's got
just.
Troy Baker, your
Yeah,
favorite.
Yep,
guy.
Troy Baker.
Yeah.
I mean, top to bottom, I truly, I can't find a flaw with that game. It was a really, really good game. I love that. I love that game a lot.
Okay.
It is not my favorite game of all time, though. That I believe.
I can't remember. Did you finish The Last of Us, Ralph?
No. I played it for like an hour,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this is not for me. I'm that guy.
Actually, you'd also it's probably more than an hour for.
I think we do agree on one thing, though, Ralph.
The number 1 game of all
The
time.
number 1 game of all time.
Is it my number 10 game of all time?
I don't know, Ralph.
So, is it Super Mario World?
It's Super Mario World. Super Mario World is absolutely the greatest game of all time.
Oh, I keep trying to play the Kingdom Hearts theme, and then I keep getting all these ads. So
I
that's
was
not
gonna
the greatest
say-
game of all time. The first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Well, yeah, I don't know. You guys already said your number one, so you guys probably know my number one. It's Shadow of the Colossus. So,
The remake.
well, I mean, sure. I mean, it's pretty much the same game with just different graphics.
Did you hear Reggie talking about Shadow of the Colossus recently?
Yeah, I heard and that's like the same stuff that I've heard. Like, if there are complaints about it, it's that. So, and it's fine. It's fair. He can't get into the way it controls. So, which might like for him not be able to figure out the first. Did he say the first one or was it the second one?
I think the first one.
Yeah, like that's mind-boggling to me. It's like the easiest. It's got like 2 weak points, and the first one is it's on its like leg, and all you do is stab the leg, and then you climb them up to the head, and you can't fall off the head. You just stab the head over and over again. It's the easiest.
I mean, I like Reggie, but this is the guy who instead of magician said magic and one time.
That is amazing.
Was there a K in it? If there was a K in it,
Then maybe.
He was talking about a class in some game, and he said he picked the magic in class.
I bet you that game put a K in there, and that's probably why he did it.
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe.
I think I remember that. Was that on one of the pickups videos?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Reggie a lot too because he really likes PlayStation, and I also really like PlayStation. So he's easy to, and he also likes survival horror games. I also like those too. Although some of the ones he suggests as good are pretty questionable. Fear and oh man, there's 2 like digital only games that he recommended, and they were pretty bad, and I would not ever recommend anybody buy those. One was like
The one where you're like with the little girl and you're
yeah, you're pretty much just babysitting her the whole time.
I heard that game's terrible. Yeah, I don't remember what it was called.
There's another one that was like dealt with a bunch of like water. I think it had like Hydro or something in the name. And
Hydro Thunder.
Awesome.
Yeah, great
No,
game.
no. And
Yeah, I
then,
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, that one had to get like re-released kind of because it got such a negative reception the first time around.
Let's not take away from the fact that the greatest game of all time is Super Mario World.
I mean, we have to say it.
I mean, it's just the truth. I mean,
the 10th greatest game of all time. Yeah,
That's fine.
It is. I mean, that's fine. You can say that. But 2 number ones on a 10. That's how Resident Evil got.
I mean,
there.
it almost didn't get on the list because Mass Effect 2 almost knocked it off. But
I think 2-1 still would have carried it there. But
Yeah, probably.
here's my thing with Super Mario World, man. Like that game is legitimately perfect. Like there's no problems with that game. It holds up fucking today. Like you go play it and you're like, there's nothing, no problems with this game. I will play every level over and over again. I don't give a shit. I will quit out of that goddamn football level just to get as many goddamn feathers as I need to, just to fucking fly everywhere.
Okay.
I mean, you can only have 2 feathers.
I know, but I'll still do it every time, and I'll get the fucking ghost house and not know where I'm going and have to do it 13 billion times.
What?
I don't
Go right?
I don't know. Maybe is that what it is?
Sometimes you run right and
I
you
don't
run back
remember.
left.
I don't remember. Like, there's
Go
one of them
around.
that there's like a door, and I don't remember which door it is, and there's like a secret door, and I don't know if it's the secret door, if it's the blocked door. Some of it doesn't.
Yeah.
Some of it gets a little fuzzy. There's the secret levels where like they break out. Like all that shit is just that game.
Yeah, I got all the Yoshi coins and the
Star Road
Game
is
Boy
a
Advance
fucking
one.
bitch.
The Game Boy Advance one kept track of it for you, so that's
And
pretty cool.
I've never beaten Star Road, but that thing is fun to try. But I am not
Oh,
good
I
at it.
did. It's not as bad. I feel like later Mario games have had crazier
Oh, sure.
ups. I don't know. Would you call those secret levels?
Obstacle.
Yeah, I mean, they're
like
optional.
bonus levels. Yeah, but yeah, I think I finished those first on Game Boy Advance just because I love the Game Boy Advance one just because it kept track of the Yoshi coins for you. So, but
Yeah, it's a good ass game. All these games, I guess, were good ass in our own minds.
Yeah. But I mean,
I hope so. Like, I hope you're not sneaking something on the top 10 that you think so.
firmly, we are saying that the greatest game of all time.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's not really fair. I mean, like, you got my top 4 you guys haven't ever played. I would say 8. My number 8 you never played. Number 9 you guys never played.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta be able to pepper in your. I mean, you gotta be able to pepper in your extras, but you gotta know what you're playing with here. You're talking about nostalgia. You're talking about the Nintendo fanboy that is Ralph. You knew where this was going. Like I knew that I didn't have a problem. I knew that Super Mario World is my favorite game of all time. Like there's just no questioning it. I know that is.
I mean, I think
this was just weird because, like, I would like the only Mario game that he put on there that I would disagree with is 2, but all those other ones I liked a lot. Like, I really like the first Super Mario Brothers. I really like the third. Like, the third one
is great.
The third one I'd go back and forth between whether I like it more than the Super Mario World or I like Super Mario World more than the third one. So
I don't know that I've ever had that problem. I've always thought World was better.
Oh, but the Mario All-Stars one with the updated graphics.
Oh, yeah, Mario All-Stars. I mean, really,
I love that one so much.
Mario All-Stars is the best way to play all of those games. Like, that is how I played 2 and how I just continuously played World all the time. Like, Super Mario All-Stars is a big shout-out to Super Mario All-Stars. Like, that is a great collection.
The greatest collection of all time.
The greatest collection of all time.
I wish I had the one, though, that also had Super Mario World on it, but I don't have that one.
I don't know if I've got
rare.
that one. I had that one at some point, but
I didn't even know they had that version until like years later. But
because they had the little plus on it, didn't they? Plus on the cover.
It looks like.
I think there's a little plus on it.
I've seen it on eBay for like over $50.
What is stupid though is the 25th anniversary edition that they released on Wii does not have Super Mario World on it. Like, why? Why would they not?
That was a bad. I mean, it was a cool package, but it was just Super Mario All Stars on a disc, which weird.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Ralph. Your greatest game of all time is my greatest game of all time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with Super Mario World, it's not. I mean, that's probably a lot of people's favorite game of all time. I feel like that's probably a pretty common response.
I would say it's more than the one I have. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not like ludicrous.
Can we just
to say
it's funny that no one has a Zelda game.
I almost put a Link to the Past, but
I would expect Ralph to put one on there. But like I didn't start playing Zelda until way late in the game. And
I thought about putting the one Zelda game on here that I've played and finished, but I was like, I don't care enough about that game to put on here.
Like Between Worlds?
Yeah.
Great game.
It is, but it's not for my top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm surprised Odyssey didn't make it on there instead of Super Mario 3D World. Like, I thought you liked Odyssey more than that, but I guess.
I mean, I feel like Odyssey just built off of 3D World.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a hard time putting anything on there that's really new. Also, or
I'll tell you leave it a little while. You need to let it simmer.
I don't know. I mean,
well, like how close was Ride to Hell to be on that?
It's 10.5.
Is that the prequel to Triple X? Is it just 10.5? Vin Diesel is a baby.
Yeah. X.5.
X.5.
Yeah. Give it to you. Yeah.
That could have been the sequel to the subtitle for Boogie Nights. I don't know if you've ever seen Boogie Nights.
I don't know if I've ever seen Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights is great.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
I think I have it on Blu-ray.
It was based off a real life person though. Like
Dirk Diggler.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yep. Based on Dolph Ziggler. Got it.
No, it was based off like the guy who's selling the drugs and the porn star in that movie were based off real people.
Oh man, I forgot about that scene where they're singing "You've Got the Touch."
Yeah,
You've got the touch.
John C. Reilly and Wahlberg. Man, it's a great movie.
You got the power.
Oh man. I guess that's it. I don't really know what else to do with these this 100 greatest games we came up with.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like the list. I mean, what I would say we should do, and maybe we save this for after we go off air. But what I would say to do is now we just start ordering. We honestly start ordering we together order it top to bottom. Like we now have a one.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like the only games we'd be able to order are the common ones, and then after that, it's going to be really difficult.
And that's fine, but I mean, you could start at the bottom and be like, "Oh, I think this is a good 100." Just throw it out there.
I don't know. I feel like it would be a never-ending conversation.
Well, we've done 150 episodes. I'm pretty sure we're fine to do another 150. That's kind of what we do here. What else are we doing?
Next week we battle it out.
And then there's like some of the
we battle it out to find out what number 100 on the list is. We're just gonna go from 1 to 100, 2 to 99, 3 to. It's the worst NCAA tournament you've ever seen.
Some of the common ones, only 2 out of 3 of us have played too, so that makes it all the more difficult because there's probably aren't that many that all 3 of us have played.
No, but I think there's enough on there that I would be able to go, okay, I haven't played this, but clearly you guys know enough about it to go, this deserves to be at 12 or whatever.
It's going to be tough.
We've done worse.
Yeah.
We'll have to dwell on this.
Maybe we'll come. I mean, other than throwing up a poll and trying to let other people vote on it, I got nothing.
I mean, I would love to do that if I could figure out how to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't tinkered with it, so Ryan knows how to code. Just code a poll.
There's like this. There's sites that do that for you, right? Like when you think about using like SurveyMonkey or whatever, or
I just didn't know how to. I just didn't know how to set it up. I don't know exactly how I want to format it.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd want to do like out of these games. I don't know.
Because it's
you're
a
gonna
lot.
Put 100. You're gonna put 100 games on there.
Yeah, it's a lot to look at once.
That's what I'm saying. Like you'd have to put like. That's what we'd have to we'd have to organize it into at least a. Let's get out of here. We'll figure out this off the air. Let's get out of here.
That's a good idea.
All right.
Yeah.
Level up.
Super Mario World, greatest game of all time.
Number 2, Right to Hell.
Yep.
Please continuous leveling always.
Support us on Patreon.
There's no leveling in Super Mario World, but there are levels.
Well, continuously level through Super Mario World into the night.
Yes, level your night away.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless you count mushroom. You count mushrooms as leveling up.
No, I eat mushrooms though.
Yeah, it's like an RPG because he's small and then he gets a mushroom and he gets bigger.
Yeah. usually don't go down in level in RPGs.
You go down a level in an elevator.
That's true. This is an elevator game. Nope. It's like elevator music.
The elevator game is something else. You should look up videos on that.
See ya. Bye.
Level it out.
I can't play the elevator game because my elevator doesn't have buttons.